with us. We are live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Hope you guys are joining us every single day. Certainly appreciate you guys being with us. Tried to mic that, clearly failed. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're watching. So excited to talk some football with you. As always, Butt Fumble Sports is live. We're live every single day, answering your fantasy questions, your sports betting questions. So much to get into. Not going to beat around the bush on this one. Let's just dive into it. We got a lot of action today across the NFL. I'm going to quickly scroll through the games up on your screen. Once you see them all, we'll get to answering your fantasy questions. Butt Fumble Sports live from now until kickoff across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So we'll be answering all of your fantasy questions, all of your sports betting questions. Every time we hit 5,000 likes on TikTok, we will give out an NFL game pick or player prop bet. Every time we hit 5,000 likes, we will give out some of our favorite bets of the day on TikTok. So make sure on TikTok you hit the like button, drive us up to 5,000 like benchmarks, and we'll give out picks. Other than that, it's fantasy football day. We're going to answer a ton of fantasy football questions. We are getting into it next 3 hours, just finishing our scroll on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So you can see all the games that are going on today. The Monday night games we'll show you as well. But that way you got a little quick view of all the spreads, all the totals. And now, guys, time to answer some fantasy football questions. Let's get at it. Isaac, you start us off. It's going to be Mostert over Mixon. Mostert over Mixon. DJ Moore or James Conner in a PPR. JDG. I would go with DJ Moore. Where's Colby? Asks Zay Flowers or Drake London for the flex. I would go just barely. I'm going to go with Drake London, I think. It's very close between London and Flowers. Nico, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Waller for Kelsey. I understand it. I'd be okay with it. I think I'd still rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Waller potentially, but I get it. It's fine. MVP Metcalf, Jefferson and Keenan Allen both going over their receiving yards total. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think they both have the potential. Keenan Allen, I'm not as keen on. MVP Metcalf, thanks for the question. Do I start Amon-Ra St. Brown? Cameron, yes, he will be playing. Luka Wilder, I would go with Lockett. Luka Wilder, I'd go Lockett over Olave, believe it or not. Pickens or Puka. Zachary, I'd go George Pickens. Zachary George, I'd go George Pickens. LVF. Evans and Swift and receive Jamar and Tua. How'd you do? Okay. I mean, you lost a running back, you gained a quarterback. Appreciate all those being with us. I am going to ask our moderators to make sure we keep the chat clear of spam. Carl Messenger. I would go with James Cook. James Cook over Madison. Carl Messenger. L. Dilly. I would go Ridley, Diggs, and CeeDee Lamb. Ridley, Diggs, and CeeDee Lamb. The obvious three. Ivan Style. I'm leaning towards Drake London. Maybe just, it's between DK and London. DK a little banged up. I'd go London. Make sure you hit that follow button, guys. Make sure you tap that follow button. Isaac Tay. I'm going to lean slightly towards Pacheco now that we know he's going to play. Isaac Tay, I'd lean slightly towards Pacheco. This guy, thoughts on Geno Smith? Think he has a good game, so I do like what I'm seeing from him. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, fire away with your questions as well. Keegan, I'd go Addison over Godwin. I'd go Addison over Godwin. Lorenzo, pick 2, no PPR. Ramondre, Gibbs, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. I'm still leaning towards Ramondre Stevenson and Gibbs. Those are definitely the two still, even in a non-PPR. AA, Myers, Flowers, or Wilson. I'd go Flowers. Zay Flowers, AA. When we hit 5,000 likes, we will give out game picks today. NFL picks, player prop bets. We'll give out some of my favorite bets every time we hit 5,000 likes. So tap that screen, everybody. 5,000 likes, we give out picks. DeMarcus Tyson, very tough for me. I'm going to lean slightly towards Deshaun Watson only because Tua doesn't have Waddle and he's playing against Patrick Surtain II. Corrupt, I'd lean slightly towards DeAndre Swift. Swift over Kirk, very close in the flex. Njoku, Ertz, or Ferguson, drop one. You drop Ertz. You drop Ertz. Easy one. Madison or Pacheco. Cody, I'd go Pacheco. Sylvester Vargas, I'd go Hawkinson. Sylvester Vargas, I'd go Hawkinson. Robert, I'm going to lean slightly, I think, towards Lamar Jackson, just barely. Very close. Rashad White or Javonte Williams. I don't like either one of them. I don't like either one of them today, or this week, rather. I'll go Javonte Williams. Forgive me, guys. I'm clearly got a little bit of phlegm back here. Jimmy Cruz, Tank Dell, or Lockett. Jimmy Cruz, I'd go Lockett. Should I trade Moss and Addison for Mike Williams? I think you're not getting as much value back as you think you're giving up decent amount of value. Sure, if you want. Zach, Pitts or Ferguson. I got to lean towards Pitts just slightly. One of the few days I might. Brandon, I'd go Pacheco. Brandon, I'd go Pacheco over Garrett Wilson. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you hit the follow button. We are live every single day, answering your fantasy questions, your sports betting questions, helping you guys out with everything you need. If you guys want to get my sports bets, either hit that like button, get us up to 5,000 likes, or you can DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share a referral code for the SHARPZ app. Sharp is a sports betting app, not a sports book, but it allows for the community of sports bettors to interact. If you guys want to follow all of my bets every single day, make sure you DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram, and that way you can get every one of my bets every single day. I put them out on the SHARPZ app every day, so if you don't want to wait around throughout the show and you just want to get my bets right away, DM me on Instagram, and I will hook you guys up with that referral code so you can get all my bets. Now, back to fantasy football questions. Dakota. Man, I don't like either one, Dakota. I gotta be honest. I'll go Thielen, but I don't like it. Wilson. I'd go with Pittman just slightly, I think. Cooper Boswell. I'm gonna lean slightly towards Breece Hall. Cooper Boswell, very close, though. Matthew Cruz. Matthew Cruz, it's very close because I could see Jacoby Myers getting in the end zone, but I'm going to go Chris Olave. Matthew Cruz, I'm going to go Chris Olave, just barely. TJP, I'm going to go Jordan Addison. TJP, I'm going to go Jordan Addison. So wonderful to have you with us today, guys. Can't wait for NFL Week 3 Sunday to kick off. Make sure you're with us throughout the entire 3-hour pregame show, taking you right up until 1 p.m. kickoff. Rose. Cousins, Lawrence, Mahomes, or someone else. Man, I love Patrick Mahomes today. I also love Kirk Cousins. I also love Trevor Lawrence. In the entire group, I might lean slightly towards Kirk Cousins. Number 1, Mahomes 2, Lawrence 3, but it's very close between Mahomes and Kirk Cousins, between who's number 1. Caleb, Henry, or Andrews. I'm going to lean slightly towards Mark Andrews, just barely. Jack, I would lean slightly towards Zach Moss, Jack. Zach Moss, number 1. Al, on this one, I'm going to lean slightly towards Nico Collins, Al, just barely. Mari, I'd go Nico Collins over Tutu. Nico Collins over Tutu. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. We are live every single day. Make sure you're a follower. Hit that follow button, everybody. Make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss a show. LGP Elite, PPR. Elliott, Bigsby, Murray. Man. Okay. I'm a little bit on Latavius Murray for some reason. I like the idea of Tony Jones. I don't know if he actually delivers. People are saying Tank Bigsby's production's going to go up. So LGP Elite, I really don't like any of the options you have. I would have tried to make a trade earlier in the week. Maybe you put Latavius Murray in there. But right now it's between Murray and Bigsby, and I don't like either one of those. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, fire away with your questions. We answer there too. Jared C., I'd go Lamar. Jared C., I'd go Lamar. Jeff Hatridge. I'd go Kelly, and I'd go Pittman. I don't know if I trust Gabe Davis this week. It's close. Diego, I'd go Ridley over Connor the rest of the season. Diego, Ridley over Connor the rest of the season. Tone, I'm going to go Pittman. Staff, I'm going to go Olave. Between the stalls, very close. Between the stalls, I'll go Amari Cooper, but it's very close. JMD, I'm going to lean slightly towards Stevenson, just because Pacheco's a little banged up. I don't feel great about it. Pacheco has the better matchup. Stevenson, though, I think is the safer play. AI Relot, or is it Al? Whatever. Thielen or Cortland Sutton. I'm going to go Cortland Sutton. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're with us every single day. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports, because we're live every single day. Maybe that's why I have a bit of a cold, but we are live every single day. So make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a member of this amazing Butt Fumble Sports community. Daniel sent me a question on YouTube. Start 2. I'd go Amari Cooper and Aaron Jones. Thanks for the question. Diego, I answered yours, by the way. Oh, no, it's another one. Diego, I'd go Ridley. Damien, thanks so much for subscribing, buddy. I'll make sure to answer your question every time. Huncho Smith, I'd go Geno Smith. Chetta, I'd go Nico Collins. Man, I'd go Lockett. Over Ford. Scout, I'm gonna go AJ Dillon. I don't feel good about it though. Jew with the Swifts. I'd go Najee over Kendra Miller. Thanks so much for the hat, Jeremy. Appreciate you. Tua or Kirk Cousins. I definitely go Kirk Cousins. Pedro on YouTube. I'd go with Pitts. I'd go Pitts. King Milo, if you were to choose one running back and a flex, I'd go with Flowers as my flex. I'd go with Swift and Pierce as my running back. So Swift and Pierce, and Flowers would be the other. Should I trade Kelly? Sure. B-Vokes 4, I'd go Flowers. B-Vokes Floor, I'd go Flowers. Hey, I'm just goated. Pick one. Pick one. MVP Metcalf? I'm not doing 3. Pick one. I might do it. Pick one. Jack Hurst, A.J. Brown, or Jordan Addison, or Mike Williams. Really tough. Love all 3. I'll probably lean number 1 with Mike Williams. A.J. Brown a close 2. Really close. Nicholas, I'd go with Nico Collins and Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones. Austin Craven, I trade Hopkins. At Amore Music. Zay Flowers. I'd go Zay Flowers. Garrett Coleman, I'd go Mostert. Getting a question about Kirk Cousins and his passing yards. Happy to look that up really quick. We also answer sports betting questions. We have hit 5,000 likes, so actually I owe you guys one of my favorite picks of the day. I will give that out the moment after we give out this bit of research. Kirk Cousins over on passing yards total. I see it right now at 293. The over is the slight favorite if we look at it just in home games. Pretty good trend, 3 out of the last 4. I like this one. I would take Kirk Cousins over 293.5 passing yards. Kirk Cousins over 293.5 passing yards does look like a good bet. I'm willing to throw that one up on my board. Kirk Cousins over 293.5 passing yards. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, you could see all of the picks that we've given out over the last few days because we've already been anticipating NFL Sunday, so we had a bunch of player prop bets already up here. That said, I have an NFL game pick to give out. And I'm going to make this one pretty obvious. I'll start off. I'm just going to take the Patriots on the money line. I'm taking Patriots on the money line. Do I feel great about it? No. But Zach Wilson doesn't have an offensive line, and it's still Zach Wilson. So that's our first pick we're giving out. We'll give out picks every time we hit 5,000 likes, everybody. So every time we hit 5,000 likes. Guys, I don't answer on Instagram during the show. If you hit me up there, I will not answer. If you guys want links to all of my sports bets, that's why you would DM me on Instagram. So if you want all of my sports bets all in one place every single day for free, DM me on Instagram. Just DM me on Instagram. I'll share a referral code. You can get all of my picks from that SHARPZ app. But if you guys hit me up on Instagram for fantasy football advice, nothing's going to happen. Absolutely nothing. Okay, let's do a rip of them. Chadwick, I'd go Jordan Addison. Anthony, should I start 3? I'd start Pacheco, Amari Cooper, and Breece Hall. Anthony, I'd go Hall, Pacheco, and Cooper. User 140, I'd go Nico Collins just barely, I think. It's very close. Should you trade Dameon Pierce? I wouldn't. I think it's an offensive line injury issue. I'm not as down on him. Daniel, any pickups if Burrow can't go? I mean, no. There's no pickups. There's no advantage gain, so maybe Joe Mixon's a little bit more valuable, but Daniel, no. And between Amari Cooper and Mike Williams, it's very close. I'll lean towards Mike Williams, but both are going to have big games. Matthew, I'd go Zach Moss. Thanks so much, Rodney. Appreciate you. Damian, I'd go Pacheco. Danny Powell. I'm going to lean towards Algier. Danny Powell, I'm going to go with Algier. The real Garrett Haley. I'd still start Chase. I prefer him just a little bit more. Brent, I'd go with Pacheco because of that storm in Baltimore. By the way, speaking of that storm, I was looking at the weather earlier. Baltimore, hourly forecast, rain. 83% to start the game. It's supposed to get a little bit lighter over the course of the game, but expect a lot of rain in this one. Just should be a miserable day. So keeping our eye on the weather. There is some precipitation in some of these games. It will impact the passing yards, so keep your eye on that. Dylan, I'd go with Moss over Connor. JB, I'd go Jordan Addison over Mike Evans. Madison or Christian Kirk. I'd definitely go Christian Kirk in a PPR league. Christian Kirk over Madison. Alex Gonzalez, I'd go Addison over Puka. Brent, thanks so much for supporting the show every way you do. Thanks so much, Brent. Drew, I'd go, between Etienne and Gibbs, very close. I'll lean slightly, I think, towards Etienne. I don't feel great about it. I think both could have big games. Taj J, I'd go with Mike Williams and Jordan Addison. Over Metcalf, just because he's a little banged up. Matt, I'd go Sutton. By the way, if we have our moderators in here, if I'm missing anybody who's been contributing to the show, make sure you help me out. If I've been missing anyone who's been contributing to the show, make sure that you just pin their comment, because I don't want to miss anyone who contributes to the show. Like David, I'd go lean towards Nico Collins, believe it or not. It's very, very close, though. Very, very close. Jeremy, thanks so much, moderators. Jeremy, I'm going to lean towards Drake London over Christian Kirk. Very close, Jeremy, but I'm going to go London just barely. Thanks so much for the question. Syrian of the Jungle. I gotta go with Kelsey. If you guys hit that follow button, you never miss our show. We're live every day. The Philly Italian Realtor. I'd go Deshaun Watson. Thanks for the gift, guys. Oh, look at that. A fancy cowboy hat. Thanks so much. answering all of your fantasy questions. If you guys have them, we're here to answer them. Every time we hit a 5,000 like benchmark, we give out one of our favorite bets of the day. So when we get to 10,000 likes, we will give out another bet that we like. Otherwise, answering your fantasy questions. Chase Holdsman, should I trade Kelly? Like, you can. I'm not crazy about it either way. The answer is probably, but he still has some value. William, Kirk, Wilson, or Thomas? William McLean, I'd go Kirk. Brandon Rodriguez, I'd go Mike Williams over Gibbs. Mike Williams over Gibbs, I think. Tutu, Thomas, DJ Moore. Jonathan, believe it or not, I'm going to lean towards DJ Moore just slightly. Jesse Matthews, I'd go Gus Edwards. Jesse Matthews, I'd go Gus Edwards. Chase, I wouldn't trade for him, no. Jones, Ford, Moss. Tony 2, I'd go Moss. Moderators, if I'm missing anyone who's contributing, just make sure you pin their question. Like Schoolgirl, very tough. I'm going to go Warren. Just slightly, Schoolgirl. I don't think Gus Edwards will be horrible this week. Pick 2, Pittman, Davis, Tutu Atwell, or Dobbs. Man, I really don't like my options. I'll go Pittman and Tutu, but I don't like it. T. Melly, I'd go Lamar Jackson. Carter Newman, I'd go Brian Robinson and Josh Kelly. Carter Newman, Robinson, and Kelly. Kendry Miller over Pacheco? No, Pacheco over Miller. I would start Josh Jacobs, Ethan. I would start Josh Jacobs. Neil Gordon, I'd go DJ Moore. Zach, between Laporta and Hunter Henry, I'm going to lean towards Henry. I've been flip-flopping between the two. I'm going to lean towards Henry. It's close. Damian Skyberg, thanks so much for supporting the show. Really appreciate the support, everybody. Matt Motley. I'm going to lean slightly, I think, towards Najee. I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to lean slightly towards Najee. User 504. I'm going to go with Lockett, I think. I'm not crazy about it. I love Zay Flowers, but maybe the weather's enough to hold me back. It's a coin flip there. Cody Leong. I would go with Najee. I'd go Najee, believe it or not. Brady, I'd go with Tyler Lockett. Warriors fan 4LO. Which do I start? Keenan Allen. I'd start Keenan Allen. Which 3 do I start? Oh, great. I'd start Keenan Allen, A.J. Brown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Warriors fan, it'd be Keenan Allen, A.J. Brown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. One more time because I misspoke. Keenan Allen, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown. James Conner or Rashad White. Satisfying videos, I'd go Rashad White. Aiden Smith, I'd go Pacheco. AMP Cam, I'd go with Tony. I'd go with the rookie running back. Javier. I'd go with Mostert. Is it Kareem? Oh, it's Kareem Hunt. Sorry. Javier, I'd go A.J. Dillon. By the way, guys, when you give me a name, make sure that you give me the name so that I can understand it. You know, sometimes, here's a perfect example. Wilson and Kirk. There are both two. There's a Kirk wide receiver. There's a Kirk quarterback. There's a Wilson wide receiver, and there's a Wilson quarterback. So Uric Mechie, Wilson or Kirk, I assume I know what you're talking about, but I really don't. So do me the favor. Take the extra 2 seconds and write, Garrett Wilson and Christian Kirk. Because otherwise, Wilson and Kirk is the perfect example of, who the hell are you talking about? I want to answer your question, but, there are multiple Wilsons. There are multiple Kirks. William, I'm going to lean slightly, I think, towards Stevenson. It's very close between Stevenson and Brian Robinson, though. Between Pittman or Breece Hall, I might lean towards Breece Hall. Rapid fire again. Drew, I'd go Aaron Jones. Logan 8, I'd go Zach Moss. Peter, I'd go Drake London. One Dog, I'd go Mostert. Daniel McGilvery, I'd go Mike Williams. Mike Williams over Puka. Hugo Morales, I would go DK Metcalf. Shockham Odin, I would go Justin Herbert. Shockham Odin, I'd go Justin Herbert. Paul Elvis, I'd go Joshua Kelly. Paul Elvis, I'd go Joshua Kelly. By the way, moderators, if I'm missing anyone who's contributing to the show, make sure, or subscribe or anything, make sure you pin them. That way I can see it right away. So moderators, please help me out. Evan, I'd go Deshaun Watson over Burrow. Evan, I'd go Deshaun Watson. Christian G, I'd go Aaron Jones. Christian G, I'd go Aaron Jones. Charlie Malinsky, I'd go Drake London and DJ Moore. London and Moore. Donkey MC, I'd go DJ Moore. Nick, I'd go Godwin. Nick, I'd go Godwin over Dell. TKOTS, I would go with Moss and Sanders. TKOTS on Twitch, Moss and Sanders. Again, our moderators, make sure that you guys are helping us out. If I'm missing anybody in the comments section that I should be getting to because they're contributing to the show, just help me out if you could. Pin that. Money Branch, I'd go... Money Branch, I lean towards Miles Sanders slightly. Money Branch, Miles Sanders slightly. Rodney, I go Swift. I'd go Swift just barely over Addison, but it's close. Herbie, Jamal Williams is out. Jamal Williams is injured. He's out. He's on the IR. Dallas, I'd go Pacheco. Dallas Ogburn, I'd go Pacheco. Sam, I'd go Jacoby Myers, I think. No, I take that back. Sam, I'd go Pittman. It's very, very close. Sam, I would go with Pittman. Baby Ditch, I'd go Sam Laporta. Baby Bitch, I'd go Sam Laporta. Star, I'd go with Chris Godwin. Star, I'd go Godwin over Brown, Edwards, and Myers. Damian Skyberg, thanks so much for supporting the show, Damian Skyberg. Sorry I haven't gotten to your question sooner. Damian Skyberg, you're awesome. Let's get to your question. Puka for a high price if he has a good game? Yes. Absolutely. Damian Skyberg, love how you're thinking about it. If Puka has a big Monday night, trade him like immediately. Trade him like as soon as you can, because obviously Cooper Kupp isn't coming back next week. He's coming back the following week, but that value is going to go down. So definitely something that you guys want to focus on. Appreciate all of those who are with us every single day. We are live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick right now. Hope you guys hit that follow button. Hope you're subscribing. We are live every day. Become a follower today. That way you never miss a show. Cause My Life, I'd go Addison. Cause My Life, I'd go Addison. Jaden Patel, I would go with Raheem Mostert. Jaden Patel, I'd go Raheem Mostert and Kyle Pitts. Donovan Quill, I'd go with Lockett. Donovan Quill, I'd go with Lockett. Thanks so much, Damian Skyberg. Thanks for helping me get my live goal literally by yourself. Julio, I'm going to lean slightly towards Dameon Pierce, I think. Braden, I'd go with Najee. Thanks so much, Damian Skyberg. Lane, I'd go with Tutu. Lane, I'd go with Tutu. Rock Oro. I don't like either one. Rock Oro, I prefer Joe Burrow, but maybe he doesn't play, and then you're in the risk of you have to literally pick up the backup quarterback of the Bengals. I just don't like Russell Wilson that much. I think he could have a decent day. I don't think he has a great game. I still probably prefer Joe Burrow, believe it or not. Aaron, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Aaron Johnson, I'd go DeAndre Swift. John Luca, I'd go Najee. Squealers, great to have you with us this morning. Good morning, Squealers. I would go with, I don't like either one, Squealers. I don't like either one of those. I'll go with Brandon Cooks, but really, I wish we had fixed that earlier in the week because I hate those two options, Squealers. Hate. Nick, I'd go Brian Robinson. Nick, I'd go Robinson over Kelly. Alex Alvarez, I'd go Freiermuth. I'd go Freiermuth. By the way, I know what teams are playing what teams. Don't worry, we've been doing our research every day this week. BJ Harding. BJ Harding, I'd go Amari Cooper. BJ Harding, I'd go Amari Cooper over Pickens. Zach Pack, it's really tough. I'm going to lean towards Moss over Flowers, but I don't like it. It's because of the weather. Thanks so much, guys, for helping me hit my live goal again. By the way, we owe you guys some picks. We are failing you over here. My bad, my bad, my bad. We've been focused so much on fantasy football advice. I got to give out some sports bets. Every time we hit 5,000 likes, I give out my favorite bets of the day. You can find my bets on SHARPZ if you don't want to wait around. You can find my bets on the SHARPZ app. Every single bet that I like is up there. Just DM me on Instagram. Another bet that I love today. Bills, Commanders. I'm taking the under 44.5. I'm getting that at minus 140. Bills, Commanders, under 44.5. I'm getting that at minus 140. I owe you guys another bet because we hit 15,000 likes. I will take the Colts. I will take the Ravens. I'm taking the under in that one, 45.5. I'm getting that at minus 148. Both of those games have weather. Both of those games should be heavy on defense. So Bills, Commanders, under. Colts, Ravens, under. I'm getting those at 44.5 and 45.5. When we hit 20,000 likes, I'll give out another pick. Let's get back to fantasy football questions, everybody. Wucky Ducky Edits. I'd go Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk over Gabe Davis. User 8933. I would lean slightly towards Jerry Jeudy. Ite Nadir. I'd go with Mike Williams over Olave. Mike Williams over Olave. Sebastian. I'd go Sutton over Hopkins, but I don't feel good about it. Jimmy. I'd go DeAndre Swift. I'd go DeAndre Swift over Moss, Sanders, and Williams. Do I start Pacheco over CJ Stroud in a flex? I mean, I don't know how to evaluate that because I'm not in one of those ridiculous leagues in which you can put a quarterback in your flex because I think they're bizarre. But that said, I'm betting CJ Stroud gets more points than Pacheco. Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson? I'm going to lean towards Deshaun Watson just because of the rain. I think it might be a little bit harder for Jackson to pass. Jay, I'd go with Moss. Watching on YouTube, Jay, I'd go Moss. Okay, doing a rapid fire of all your questions on TikTok. Moderators, if I miss anyone who's contributed to the show, if you could, just pin their comment, and that way I can get to it right away. Eduardo, I'd go Christian Kirk. Eduardo C, I'd go Christian Kirk. Rapid fire now. Carr, C-A-R-R, I'd go Addison. KD, I'd go Gus Edwards over Miller. Bobby M, I'd go Pacheco over Kelly. Pacheco over Kelly. Miles, I'd go Freiermuth over Ertz. Freiermuth over Ertz. By the way, not the sound of a beer opening up some water. Can already feel the voice going. Rock Oro, I'd go Goff. DSW, I'd go Puka. DSW724, I'd go Puka. Grant, I'd go Henry over Goddard. Again, moderators, if you could just pin those who have contributed to the show, that way I can get to their question right away while still answering everybody. I want to make sure. Lamont, hate both of your options. Hate both of them. I hate both of them. I don't like Ache that much. I don't like Charbonnet that much. Lamont, I appreciate your support and I don't want to be harsh, but those are bad options. Both of them. There were other guys to get off the waiver wire. I wouldn't have held on to these guys. I would have made moves. So I'll go Charbonnet, I think, but what I'm really telling you is you're pulling something out of your butt fumble and hoping it's a lottery ticket, but I'm not crazy about it. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. By the way, isn't it fun to contribute to the show and then have me totally shit on your fantasy team? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be harsh. Travis, I'd go Stevenson over Kelly. Hey, moderators, how you guys doing? You guys want to help me out? Pin some tweets? Would certainly appreciate it if you did. Otherwise, I'll add some more people to be moderators. Right now, I like to make my subscribers moderators, usually as a thank you. Yes, it means they're getting a little extra work, but it also means they get the attention if they want to pin their question. Alex Simmons, I'm going to lean slightly towards Laporta, and I'll go with Swift. So, Alex, I go Laporta and Swift, but it's really tight on both questions. Grant, I'm going to lean towards Hunter Henry. Grant, I'm going to lean towards Hunter Henry over Laporta. Brandon, I'd go Brandon, I'll lean slightly towards DJ Moore 1, Christian Kirk 2. It's very close, though. Good idea to play Garrett Wilson in the rain. If you don't have better options, yes. Chris Huffington, I'd go Pittman. Chris Huffington, I'd go Pittman. Preston, I'd go Hunter Henry. Ricardo, I'd go Brian Robinson over Javonte. Mo, I'd go St. Brown over Nico Collins. Nikita, I'd go Addison and DJ Moore. Addison and DJ Moore. The rain has me fading Flowers a little bit. Luca K, I'd go Keenan Allen over Kyron Williams. TK OTS, I'd go with Tua. TK OTS, I'd go Tua. Just Dinger, I'd go Brian Robinson. Do we have any moderators in here right now? Do we have any moderators in here? If you guys subscribe, I'm going to make you a moderator. If you guys want to help me out with some of these questions, make sure that you hit that subscriber button on TikTok. How do we feel like Najee? Feel like you could have a better week against the bad defense. Torin Blue, I go Justin Herbert. Torin Blue, I go Justin Herbert. Lamont, I got to go, I hate them both. In that, I think Elijah Moore has the better matchup, but he disappointed on Monday Night Football. Christian Watson's the wide receiver 1, but he's got a tough matchup against the Saints. I'll say Christian Watson, but I'm not crazy about it. C. Brock 007. C. Brock 007. I'll go Mike Evans. C. Brock 007, I'll go Mike Evans. Appreciate all those who support the show every single day. Make sure you hit that follow button. We are live every single day answering your questions. Tank or Sky Moore? I'd go Sky Moore over Tank Bigsby. Ben, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs over Ford and Hall. Jahmyr Gibbs, Ben. Reaction Z. I'm going to lean slightly towards Nico Collins. I don't feel great about it, though. Even in the rain, I kind of like Zay Flowers more. Just the rain has me concerned. Reaction Z, I really want to say Zay Flowers on that. So maybe I change my vote. Bobby M, I'm going Amari Cooper. Mike, I would go Collins. I'd go Collins. Again, guys, please do me the favor. Just spend a little bit of extra time. When you say Wilson, I'm making an assumption, but yeah, there's only one Wilson wide receiver, I think, in Garrett Wilson, but just take the extra time. Please. Yusef, I'd go Zay Flowers. 54, Hutch 54. I'd go Justin Fields. 54, Hutch 54, I'd go Justin Fields. We have hit 20,000 likes, so I have another game pick to give out today. I will take the Saints and the Packers. We're going under on this one as well. 43.5. Minus 141. So, some NFL game picks. Damian Skyberg, thanks so much for subscribing. Let's go. Way to go, Damian Skyberg. Thanks so much for being a part of the Butt Fumble Sports community. You are a butt fumbler. Bobby M, I'd go Cooper. Manny, I'd go Sutton. Manny, Onesto, I'd go Sutton. I'm dope. Amari Cooper. Brandon, I'd go Goff. JPT, I'd go Thielen. I don't like it though. Rashad White or Madison, I'd go Rashad White. Adam 28, I'd go Pacheco. Adam 28, I would go with Pacheco. When we hit 25,000, we just hit 25,000 likes. Here we've got another pick coming at you. I'm going to make it a player prop bet, everybody. Pick coming at you, another player prop bet. The next one I'm going to give out, speaking of Jared Goff, I'll take Jared Goff over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm going to take Jared Goff over 1.5 passing touchdowns at home. This is a very good play. I think he has a good game. I think he gets 2 passing touchdowns. That's why I prefer Goff over Burrow. Jack BLV. Jack BLV, I'd go Goff over Burrow. Damian Skyberg, I'm going to make you a moderator, Damian Skyberg. So if you could, if you see other people who contribute to the show, other people who give gifts, other subscribers, and make sure, if you could, just pin their comment. That way we can make sure I address all of their questions first. I want to make sure those who contribute to the show get the attention right away. That will prioritize them. Nathan Davis 69. Nathan Davis 69. I would go Addison, Ridley, and Evans. Nathan Davis 69. Addison, Ridley, Evans. Addison, Ridley, Evans, okay? Nathan Davis 69, Addison, Ridley, Evans. Thanks so much for supporting the show, man. Chris B. Taco. Chris B. Taco, I'd go Swift. Chris B. Taco, I would go with Swift. I like Ducks. I like Ducks 1-3-2. I'd go 2-2 Atwell. I like Ducks. No, I changed that. I like Ducks, I'll go Kelly. I like Ducks. If you're in a PPR, I like Kelly. If you're in a PPR. McKinnon or James Conner, believe it or not, I'd go McKinnon. Pacheco or Christian Kirk. Baseball Logan, I'll go Christian Kirk. Appreciate all those who support the show. We will prioritize those who contribute to the show like Brady did. Brady, I'm going to go David Njoku. It's really tough because I think Taysom Hill could get a touchdown, but I do like David Njoku overall. I think he's got the better opportunity to score you a higher floor, and that's part of what I'm going for. I want to avoid the risk of a shutout kind of day. Again, Nathan Davis 69. Josh Jacobs and James Cook. I'd rather have those two. Jacobs and Cook. Appreciate all those who hit the follow button, all those who are following Butt Fumble Sports. Let's do another rapid fire right now. I need major upside. Sky Moore might be your major upside. I'd go Drake London. Thanks so much for the moderator who pinned this. By the way, every time I'll thank the person, and that's when we can pull it off. But Daniel F, I'd go Drake London. Thank you so much for the question, Daniel F. Great job, moderators. Brantley Milburn, DJ Moore. Brantley Milburn, I'd go DJ Moore. Chef Boy, I'd go Breece Hall. Chef Boy Ari, I'd go Breece Hall. Unknown. Man, I'd go Tank Dell. V, I'd go Jordan Addison by a mile. I'd go Jordan Addison. Bia, I'd go Geno Smith. Mr. Nobody, I'd go Christian Kirk. WSTC. Oh, missed your question because we got this. I'd go Aaron Jones. Pick 2. I'd go Aaron. There are only 2. There's. I mean, Warren and Aaron Jones. Warren and Aaron Jones. But that's a weird worded question, guys. Thanks so much for the question. Ty, is Jaden Reed a good play if Watson is out? No, I don't think so. Saints have a good defense. User 902, Christian Kirk. User 902, Christian Kirk. Let's do a rapid fire. Jacob Swanson, I'd go Hall. Jacob Swanson, I'd go Hall. XAY, I'd go Chris Godwin. XAY Planet, I'd go Chris Godwin. Ryan Leone, I'd go... Man, it's very close. Ryan Leone, I'm going to lean towards Deshaun Watson. I think it's close, though. Nicholas Hale, I'd go George Pickens. Eddie, I'd go Addison over Flowers. Snill, I'd go Flowers. Ben, I would rather have Ridley. Ben. Pick 2, Pittman, Hall, or Atwell. I'll go Pittman and Hall. McKinnon or Craig Reynolds. I'm going to lean towards McKinnon, believe it or not. Ben Hogan, I'd go Chris Godwin. The Crazy Zionist, I'd go... I hate both of them. Crazy Zionist, I hate both of your options. Swift or Kelly, I'd go Swift. User 86, I'd go Amari Cooper. Old shirtless grandpa, I'd go Gus Edwards. Thanks so much for supporting the show, guys. If you haven't done so already, hit that follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button. Scott Cornell, thanks so much for supporting the show. I know you've been contributing a lot. Thanks so much for being patient and for your questions. Scott Cornell, I would go with Mike Williams. Scott Cornell, I'd go Mike Williams, just barely over Addison. I like all three of them, but Scott Cornell, I like Mike Williams the most. Thanks so much for your questions, Scott, and thanks so much for supporting the show. Really appreciate it. By the way, moderators, you're doing a great job. Doing a great job. Lucas. I saw that comment, Lucas. We'll have to see. Ty, would you rather play Reed or D-Hop? I'd rather play D-Hop, believe it or not. I'd rather play D-Hop. Nathan Davis, 69. Pick 3. We answered this one, Nathan Davis. It would be Addison, Ridley, and Evans. Addison, Ridley, and Evans. Olave, tough matchup. I wouldn't like him. Junebug. I'd go Zay Flowers, Junebug. Thanks for the question. Tanner Smith, I'd go Moss. Thanks for following and watching. Max Hewitt, pick 2. I'd go KJ Osborne and Jake Ferguson. Osborne and Ferguson, Max Hewitt. Dollar Bill, I'd go Amari Cooper. Ben Contar, pick 2. I'd go Amari Cooper and Zay Flowers. Ben, I'd go Cooper and Flowers. Bam Arz, B-A-M-A-R-Z. Between Hurts and Cousins, 2 of my favorite quarterbacks this week, but I'll lean towards Jalen Hurts. If you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you're a follower. We're live every single day, so make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. That way you never miss a show. We are going to give out another one of our favorite bets of the day. So make sure you guys hit us up. By the way, if you guys hit me up on Instagram asking fantasy advice, you're not going to get it. If you hit me up on Instagram asking for a link that gets you all of my sports bets every day, that you'll get. But if you're looking for fantasy advice, guys, you see how hard I'm working, how quickly I'm talking. There's no way I can talk to you on TikTok, talk to you on Twitch, Kick, and on YouTube, and write in Instagram. So Cole Bettis, sorry, buddy, you have struck out if you think I'm going to write to you on Instagram right now. There is no way, at least with fantasy advice. That said, I have 2 picks to give out, everybody. 2 picks to give out. One of them, pretty obvious, Zach Wilson over half an interception. Love this play, obviously, going up against the Patriots. Zach Wilson over half an interception, minus 175. Another player prop bet that I'm going to give out to you because we hit 30,000 likes. I'm going to go with we've already put that one up there, so I got to go with a different one. Okay, I'm going to go with, here's one. I'm going to go with T.J. Watt over half a quarter of a sack, and that matters. Minus 125. I love that bet. I saw it yesterday. I put it out on SHARPZ. If you guys want to put down some money on some sacks, I have a couple of great ones today. So, one of the ones I like. When we hit 35,000 likes, I'll give out another bet today. Man. Yeah. Nathan Davis, I'd go Kirk Cousins. Aiden, 3919, I'd go Mike Williams. Thoughts on Kendrick Bourne? I really don't like him today, William. Ben JY, good morning to you. I would start Josh Reynolds, believe it or not. Riley, I'd go Christian Kirk over D-Hop. Appreciate our moderators helping me out with the show. If there's someone who's contributing, make sure we pin them so I can answer it right away. I want to make sure those who are contributing to the show get their questions answered as quickly as we can. Jacob Hunter 190, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson over Kelly. Trevor, how do I feel about Rashawn Johnson today? I'm not crazy about him. If you gotta start him, fine, but I'm not crazy about it. I wish I could give you more hope. James, I'm gonna go Ramondre Stevenson. I think it's very close though. Austin, I'd go Justin Fields, believe it or not. Austin, I go Justin Fields. Lil Bird, I'm going to lean slightly towards Lamar. Lil Bird, I'm going to go with Dak. Lamar's got that weather to contend with. Pilar Hikes. Any concerns with starting Devontae? A little bit. He's got that injury. Chase Holdsman, I'd go Geno Smith. Shenaggy's Thong on kick, I'd go Jordan Addison. Addison over Flowers because of that rain. You're exactly right. IPS unknown. I'd go AJ Brown and DK Metcalf. IPS unknown, Brown and Metcalf. Christian, I'd go Kirk Cousins over Lamar Jackson, guys. Kirk Cousins over Lamar Jackson. Does Bijan score? Yes, he does. I think Bijan's going to be an anytime touchdown user. Good call. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow and subscribe button, whether you're watching on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you hit that follow button. We are live every day. Make sure you're a follower. Ram, I'd go Deshaun Watson. Dante, I'd go Collins. Alex Calderon, I'd go Aaron Jones, just slightly. I don't love it, though. Madden 2 Humpy, I'd go Mostert. James P, if I had Waddle, should I try and trade him for... No, I wouldn't try and trade him, and we don't do open-ended questions during a rapid-fire show. Brecken, I'd go... Brecken, I'm going to lean slightly towards Nico Collins, I think. Nico Collins. Sam, I'd go with Pitts over Laporta. Taka games, I would go with Craig Reynolds. Over Herbert, believe it or not. Mikey, I'm going to go with Pittman. Over Puka. He Dog 1201. I'm going to still go with Jamar Chase. Joey Busta, I'd go Drake London. Guys, we are 1 hour into our show. 2 hours left to go. If you haven't gotten your question answered yet, don't worry. If you contribute to the show, we always answer those questions faster. We prioritize those questions. But we are answering questions across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick for another 2 hours. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a part of this amazing community. We are working our way to 60,000 followers on TikTok. Make sure you're a member of this community. We're live every single day. Let's do some more rapid fire. Jake Tran, I'm going to lean towards Josh Reynolds. Sergio, I'm going to lean towards Kyle Pitts. Jacob, I'd go with Dak. Dart Hauer, I'd go with Lockett and St. Brown. Ben, I'd go Pickens over Wilson. Patrick Sullivan, I'd go Nico Collins, I think, but I don't love it. Jeremy, thanks so much for supporting the show. Jeremy, I would go with Drake London. Thank you so much for the question, Jeremy. Ty, Jefferson, oh man, we just missed Ty. Where'd Ty go? Act JJ832, I'd go Christian Kirk. Ty. I like Justin Jefferson. I like Bijan. I like Pollard. Ridley's the only one I have questions about, but Ty, I actually like all four enough. So yes, I would put a bet down on all four. When we hit 35,000 likes, I'm going to give out another pick. 35,000 likes, I'm going to give you guys another pick today. Make sure you get us up to 35,000 likes. Tap that screen, everybody. Let's get some picks out here. Austin, I'd go Amari Cooper. Brennan, where do I see your favorite player prop bets for the NFL? Brennan, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports has all of our picks on the SHARPZ app. Whether it's player prop bets, game picks, DFS, game picks, player prop bets, NFL, MLB, they're all on the SHARPZ app. So Brennan Garcia, DM me on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'll share the referral code. You guys can follow all of my picks for free on the SHARPZ app every single day. Trevor Lawrence or Fields. No low 7, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. No low 7, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Speaking of Trevor, what's up, Trevor? Thanks for supporting the show. Trevor, RB1 is Mixon. I would go Algier for RB2. Trevor, I'd go Algier for RB2. Thanks so much for supporting the show. Jake, if I send a screenshot, can you look? No. Jake, there's no chance that's happening. Roman, what happened to your nose? How did it get so disformed? Roman, that's kind of rude. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Just had back-to-back bad questions. Back-to-back bad questions. Let's get back on a roll if we can. But first, Brennan Garcia, I'm going to share that referral code and link with you. You can follow all of my bets on the SHARPZ app. Just DM me on Instagram. Jordan, I'd go Najee. Jordan, I'd go Najee. Bavor, I'd go Fields. I'd go Fields over Wilson. Keegan, I'd go Goff over Fields. Jason, I'd go Sanders over Ford. Luis Salazar, I'd go Brian Robinson. Jake, some people are cruel. Some people are mean. It's okay. I've got thick skin. Dougie, I'd go Jalen Warren. Cody, I'd go Jordan Addison. Jake, I'd go Mark Andrews. User 1845, I'd go Tua over Allen. Code in 3, I'd go Lamar Jackson. Donnie, I-E, D-O-N-N-I-E, I'd go Trevor Lawrence just barely. We have hit 35,000 likes. Appreciate you guys hitting me up. We have hit 35,000 likes. I'm going to give you guys another pick. Again, if you guys want my picks every single day, they are on the SHARPZ app. So in case you guys don't get my picks right now, they're all on the SHARPZ app. I'm going to give you guys an MLB game pick. Just in case you guys are like, man, all this NFL, I need to bet on some baseball today. Just going to change it up a little bit. Going to give you an MLB pick, and then we'll get back to the NFL when we hit 40,000 likes. But I'm going to take the Padres on the money line. Really love the starting pitching matchup today. So Padres on the money line is another bet that I like. At 40,000 likes, we'll give out another pick for the NFL. It's Caden. I'd go Amari Cooper. It's Caden. I'd go with Amari Cooper. Thanks so much for your question. P-Swizz. I hate both, but P-Swizz, I'd go Madison just barely over Gainwell. I don't trust Gainwell, so P-Swizz on YouTube, I go Madison. Goofy Gib. I'd go Tutu. Goofy Gib, I'd go Tutu. Duke, I'd go Kenneth Walker III. Duke on YouTube, I'd go Kenneth Walker the third. So Sammy on Twitch, I would go with Pacheco. So Sammy, I'd go with Pacheco. Alex Alvarez, I'd go Freiermuth. Riley Cedarfield, I'd go Najee. Ripping through some questions on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Sean Farrell, I'd go Damian Pierce. By the way, moderators, again, if someone's contributing to the show, make sure you pin their comment because I want to make sure I answer it right away. Daniel, go with the Cowboys kicker. Daniel, Cowboys kicker. Jacob Kenny, I'd go Brian Robinson. Jacob Kenny, Brian Robinson. Brody, I like Zay Flowers this week, but I think the rain is going to impact him, so I don't like him as much as I did earlier in the week. Tutu, Javonte, Moss, or Jacoby, I'd go Zach Moss. Milan Barrow, I'd go Addison over White. Nate Dickey, I'd go with Moss. Between Tutu, Javonte, Moss, and Jacoby, I'd go with Zach Moss. Dylan, I'd go Mike Evans. Dylan Dunbar, I'd go Mike Evans. J-Rock 1917. Ravens to cover? I wouldn't. I want to take it, but it's going to be a rainy, sloppy game. I don't know. I don't feel as good about it as maybe others do. I'm not going to jump on board with it with the same kind of conviction. So I understand why some people... Here's part of my problem. Don't you feel like the public's going to be very heavy on the Ravens? Just don't feel good about it. ETN, Jacobs, and Gus Edwards over half a touchdown. Jake, I like ETN. I like Edwards. I think I like Jacobs. I think it's an interesting play. DP, I'd go Moss. DP, I'd go Moss. Daniel Pipko, I think I lean towards Christian Watson. Madison, I'd go Zach Moss. Madison, Alamia? Sorry, I'm butchering that. But I'd go Zach Moss over James Conner. Thanks for the question. Talon, I'd go Zay Flowers over Jacoby Myers. Talon, I'd go Flowers over Myers. Storm and Norman 7, I'd go Addison. Noah Powers, Patrick Mahomes. Beckham, I'd go Miles Sanders. Thanks so much for the question, Beckham. Thank you, moderators. If we have people who are contributing to the show, let's make sure we get their questions up here. That way, they can feel like they're getting the attention. Tommy, I've got you. Tommy, I'd go Addison, and I'll lean slightly towards DJ Moore. Addison and Moore. J-Rock, 1970. I'd go Trevor Lawrence. J-Rock, 1970. I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Thank you for the question. Make sure you guys hit that follow button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. We are live every single day. Jake, I think... Man, it's close. I think I prefer Tony Jones, but it's close. Duke, I'd go Drake London and Swift. Brennan Garcia, what sportsbook do you bet with? I do a lot of my bets with DraftKings right now. I find their NFL odds are often the best, but I use a lot of different sports books, but that's the one I'm using the most right now for the NFL. Beckham, I'm going to lean towards Miles Sanders. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Jack Boolin, I'm going to lean towards Miles Sanders, but I'm not crazy about it. Raul, I'd go Josh Kelly. Moderators doing a good job. ADG, I'd go Walker. ADG X Handles, I'd go Walker. Thanks so much for the question, ADG X Handles. By the way, because you subscribe, I'm also going to make you I'll make you a moderator as well. And that way, if you want to help me pin some questions, Jeremy, I'd go. Jeremy, I'll lean towards White just barely. Thanks so much for the question, Jeremy. I'd lean towards White. Over Ford. Thanks so much for the question. Our moderators are doing a great job, by the way. We have hit 40,000 likes. I got to give out another pick, and we've got to give out another NFL pick. So, next pick that we're going to go with is going to be the Chargers and the Vikings. We're taking the over on this one. Chargers and Vikings. I am going over 51.5. Over 51.5, I'm getting at minus 147. Another pick for you guys, that's Chargers, Vikings, over 51.5. At 45,000 likes, we'll give out another pick. Thoughts on Tutu? Thinking a PPR league, he could be okay. Dominic, I would go with... Wow, pick one. Dominic, I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy. Just barely. It's very close, though. But Dominic, I'm going to lean towards Jerry Jeudy. Thanks for the question. Appreciate all those who are with us. Tommy, I'd go Algier and I'd go Algier and Najee, believe it or not. Tommy, I'll go Algier and Najee. Anthony, I'm going to go Kirk Cousins. I'm going Kirk Cousins. Rich Matthews, thank you so much for saying that. Rich Matthews, I'd go Gibbs and Henry. Thanks so much, Rich. Appreciate you supporting the show like you do. So kind of you. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Sean Hammond, I'd go DeAndre Swift. If you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you're a follower. Make sure you're a subscriber. We're live every day. We do this pregame show for 3 hours, but we're live every day. Beckham, I answered that one. I think Tutu's decent in a PPR, but I don't love his value overall. Mark Raymond, I would do that deal. Mark Raymond, I'd rather have Mike Williams. Jordan Addison or Jerry Jeudy for flex. I'd go Jordan Addison. Jason 21 Smith, I'd go Swift. I'd go with DeAndre Swift. Real Leah, I'm not as crazy about Zay Flowers' anytime touchdown today because the rain, so I'm not as high on him. Anthony, I'd go Keenan Allen. Anthony, I'd go Keenan Allen over Amon-Ra St. Brown. Anthony, thank you so much for the question and supporting the show. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Smith, or Puka, pick 2. I'd go St. Brown and Devontae Smith. St. Brown and Devontae Smith. Ridley or Pickens, local pole dancer, I'd go with Calvin Ridley. Local pole dancer, I'd go Calvin Ridley. By the way, I'm all for entrepreneurship. Line Creek, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Line Creek Boutique, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Thanks so much for asking the question, David. Thanks so much for supporting the show. Wonderful to have you guys with us. We're live every single day. Make sure you follow. Hit that follow button. You never want to miss a show. Additionally, if you want all of my sports bets, all of my bets are available for free. Just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Just DM me. They're all for free. Cam, I'm sorry to say this, but this is my question not showing up subscribed and gifted. Cam, put your question in and we'll get to it. I don't see your question here. I just see you saying you haven't gotten your question answered. So, Matt O'Connor, I'd go Addison. I'd go Addison and Metcalf. Matt O'Connor, I'd go Addison and Metcalf. Metcalf just barely over Moore. Connor, I'd go Brian Robinson over Madison. Connor, I'd go Brian Robinson over Madison. By the way, guys, if you have contributed, you could see the moderators are doing a great job. So if I've missed your question, just write it again. The moderators are doing an awesome job right now. Thank you so much, moderators. And that way we never miss your question because it's not just my two eyeballs looking at it. It's obviously a team of people now making sure that we get to your question. So make sure that you contribute. We'll get to it. Anwar, I'd go Kirk Cousins. Anwar, I'd go Kirk Cousins. By the way, actually, leave that up for 1 second. That's a perfect example. Guys, if you could write the name, there are 2 Watsons. There are 2 Kirks. Are we talking about Christian Watson and Christian Kirk? Or are we talking about Deshaun Watson and Kirk Cousins? Guys, I want to answer all your questions. Do me the favor, just take the extra half a second and write out the names. Makes it easier. Mac, I'd go with Jalen Hurts. Mac Faircloth, Jalen Hurts. Appreciate all those who are following. Welcome to the Butt Fumble Sports community, everybody. So great to have you guys with us every single day. Jonathan, I'd go Christian Watson. Davian Cooper, I'd go A.J. Brown. Riley Bartlett, I would go Addison and Moore, Riley. Addison and Moore for the 2 wide receivers, and I'd go Pacheco for the flex. That's Moore, Addison, and Pacheco. Tony Smith, yes, I would play Christian Watson today. Especially if you need someone for a flex. Over Myers, I lean towards it, yes. Ryan N, I'd go DeAndre Swift, and I'd go Gus Edwards. Ryan N, I'd go Swift and Edwards. Thanks for watching. Raul, I wouldn't go with a first half touchdown. I'd go an anytime touchdown for Travis Kelce. Olave, Christian Kirk, Ridley, and Mixon, or Brian Robinson. If you only need one, I'll go Calvin Ridley. Only need one, Landon Wilson, I'll go Calvin Ridley. Thanks so much for the question. Anwar, I would go Christian Kirk. By the way, see how big a difference the first names make? I'd go Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk over Christian Watson. Thanks so much, Anwar. Thanks so much. Trip 3. I'm going to lean towards Miles Sanders. If it's a PPR league, maybe I feel a little bit differently, but I'm going to lean towards Miles Sanders. Rich Matthews, I'm going to lean towards Olave. I don't feel great about it. Any chance you can say you're taking over the other... Duke, I'm trying the best I can, buddy. I'm trying the best I can to answer all the questions. I'm doing the best I can, buddy. I appreciate you, but I'm doing the best I can. Sometimes, man, I love the viewers, but sometimes the viewers at the same time are like, I want you to do things my way. And it's like, Man, I'm trying to answer everyone's question. Do you know on NFL Sundays we average between 30 and 35,000 viewers? On NFL Sundays, we average between 30 and 35,000 viewers. So guys, I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. I know some of you can't keep up. I'm going really fast. I apologize. And at the same time, the slower I go, the fewer questions I get to, the fewer people I help. I'm trying the best I can. So Duke, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Cyclops Daddy, I'd go Christian Kirk. Cyclops Daddy, I'd go Christian Kirk over Godwin. Big Mike, I'd go Mike Pittman over Nico Collins. Man, that annoyed me. LGP Elite, I'd go McPherson. LGP Elite, I'd go McPherson. Dan Soren, start Aaron Jones. Yep, Dan Soren, I would start Aaron Jones today. Brian, I'd go Moss barely over Pacheco. Billabong, I'd go Devontae Smith as long as he's healthy. By the way, you are a moderator. Squealers, you are a moderator. Nike, I'd go Nico Collins. Nike, I'd go Nico Collins. Thanks so much, Raul. I appreciate the kind words. And by the way, I know Duke's a fan. It's just tough because obviously I wanna help you guys out. I'm trying to do the best I can, and some people want the show done a certain way. I don't know what to tell them. Are we giving Najee a shot this week over Pittman and Mike Williams? Abraham, not over Mike Williams. Not over Mike Williams. Mike Williams is the much better play. Trip 3, I'd go Christian Kirk. Trip 3, I'd go Christian Kirk. Appreciate all those who are supporting the show. Def Jenny, I'm going to lean slightly towards Joe Burrow as long as he's healthy, but you're running a risk, Def Jenny. I prefer Burrow over Love, but he's got to be healthy for me to like him, so tough. G, I'd go Hawkinson over Ingram. I'd go Hawkinson over Ingram. Jet, Jett, I'd go Jared Goff. I'd go Jared Goff. When we hit 45,000 likes, we're going to give out another pick, everybody. Another NFL pick. Pickens or Kirk? Trip 3, I answered that one. It's Christian Kirk. Thanks so much for the question. Daniel, I'm going to lean slightly towards Hunter Henry. Daniel Espinoza, I'm going to lean slightly towards Hunter Henry. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Wonderful to have all you with us. Bryce Cal, I'd go Christian Watson and Javonte Williams over Jerome Ford. So Bryce Cal, it'd be Watson and Javonte Williams would be the two starters. I wouldn't start Jerome Ford. Foot 388. I'm going to lean slightly towards Deshaun Watson, but it's close. Duke, I know you appreciate me. Don't worry, Duke. I know you're a good, loyal viewer. For those watching on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're a part of this community. We are live every single day, so make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure that you're a member of this community because we are live every single day. If you want my favorite sports bets every day, make sure you DM me on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. Here to answer all of your questions. Dante, during summertime, I'd answer 3. During football season, Dante, you get 1. Dante, and you're lucky to get 1 because it's baseball question. Dante, I'm sorry. I can't spend the time to look at all 3. Not today. Sorry. Myers or Kirk? Leo, I'd go Christian Kirk. Stokes, I'd go Kirk Cousins. Squealers. Squealers. It's Jace or Squealers. Sorry. I'm going to lean slightly towards Najee Harris. Slightly. Nick, I'm going to lean slightly towards Jacoby Myers. Nick Ekbaum, I'm going to lean slightly towards Jacoby Myers. We have another pick to give out, everybody. Another pick to give out today. And we're going to take the Steelers. I'm taking them at plus 4.5. Steelers plus 4.5. I'm getting it at minus 157. Another pick for you guys. Steelers plus 4.5. When we hit 50,000 likes, we'll give out another pick. ActJJ832. I'd go Najee Harris and Algier. A Bear Pillow. I'm going to go with Gus Edwards. I'll go Gus Edwards. Dante, let me know if there's one of those three that you'd like me to focus on more. Happy to answer your question. I know that's a parlay you're working on, but unfortunately, I'm not going to do 3 baseball questions in a row on Fantasy Football Sunday. So pick one, Dante. I'm more than happy to answer it. Act JJ, I'd go Najee Harris and Algier. Thanks for the question, Act JJ. Thanks so much. Okay. Chucharo, I'd go Kelly. Chucharo, I'd go Kelly. Jacob, I'd go Drake London over Sutton. Jacob, I'd go London over Sutton. I'd play London over Sutton. Gabriel Soto, I would go with Pierce. Gabriel Soto, I'd go with Pierce. Appreciate all those who watch the show every day. Loyal viewers that we have. Really grateful for your support. Mike DeGaro, I would go with Mostert. Mike DeGaro, I'd go with Mostert. YVNG, I'd go Josh Kelly. YVNG, I'd go Josh Kelly. Jeremy Brown, I'd go with Jerry Jeudy. Jeremy Brown, I'd go Jerry Jeudy. Aaron Millam, I hate Raiders -3. Hate it. Wouldn't touch it. I think the Steelers could win outright. Sport Fluent Kyle, I really like Zay Flowers, but the rain has me a little bit worried. Could he go crazy? Maybe in terms of catches. In yardage, it's going to be kind of tough. I just feel like the weather is going to slow down the offense overall in that game. Still like him from a PPR standpoint. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. If you guys are asking me a question on Instagram, it's not going to get answered. If you're asking a fantasy football question on Instagram, it won't get answered. If you guys want all of my sports bets, if you want all of my NFL picks, MLB picks, my player prop bets, DM me on Instagram. I'm so over the terrible mods. Robert, have you contributed to the show, Robert? If you just contribute to the show, I'm sure they'll find you and put you up there. Oh, mods. By the way, the mods are even pinning hate on the mods. What's up with that? I think our moderators are doing a fine job. They could take that pinned tweet off. I don't need to see it more than that. But, okay. You can get rid of it now. We can lose it, yeah. Thanks, Squealers. Armadillo, I'd go with Addison. And by the way, I love my moderators. Jeff, you're going to get my link and a referral code to my picks. So if you want my NFL picks, player prop bets, all of them, just DM me on Instagram. Tutu or Scary Terry, I'm going to lean slightly towards Tutu just because I'm worried about the weather and the matchup. Hector, what's good? Hector, I'm hitting you up. There are all of my picks. There's a link. JL Sports Fan, I'd go with Moss. Thanks so much for watching the show. Really appreciate the support. Corey Ross, I'd go Pitts. RB, I'd go Addison over Myers and Kelly. Myers and Kelly. By the way, Dante, we will answer your one question. Dante's such a loyal viewer. I gotta help him out. He's asking about Brian Wu, the Seattle Mariners pitcher. I know a lot of you guys aren't focused on baseball today, but Dante, you're too loyal a viewer for me to not help you out. The over on strikeouts is a really good play. Great, 4.5, really strong play. Look at it on the road. Not a great trend, but the implied probability, it's not one that I'm betting because I'm not interested in player prop bets for baseball right now. But Brian Wu over 4.5, strong probability. So Dante, hope that helps, buddy. Really appreciate your support. Let's get back to some NFL. When we get to 50,000 likes, we're going to give out another pick. Brennan Garcia, have you been profitable since starting? Oh, yeah. The only reason on the SHARPZ app that my percentage is low is that SHARPZ encourages me to do parlays, which I'm not really big on. But we usually hit on our individual bets between 65 and 68%. That's usually where we hit. Maybe that dips down to 63. So I'll say 63 to 68% is kind of our range with individual bets. With parlays, that's where it sinks our percentage. If SHARPZ didn't want me doing parlays, I bet you our percentage would be in that 63 to 68% range very consistently. The parlays just crush us because, like, For example, yesterday I had Clemson plus 4.5 in a bunch of my college picks. By the way, college yesterday, we absolutely crushed. Like, if you watch the show, we did really well. But once Clemson went belly up in overtime, we lost like 4 parlays on that. It kills our percentage, but we do really well on our picks. So, absolutely, Brendan Garcia, it is worth the follow. B, I'd go Nico Collins over Higgins, believe it or not. B, I'd go Collins. Seth G, I'd go Najee. Seth G, I'd go Najee. Carlos, I'd go with Jacoby Myers. Carlos, I'd go with Jacoby Myers. Appreciate all those who are watching us. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a part of this amazing community every single day. If you guys DM me on Instagram to ask a fantasy question, there is 0% chance it gets answered today. 0% chance. If you DM me on Instagram to try to get all of my sports bets, that'll work. I will send you a link for my sports bets every single day on Instagram. But if you are honestly thinking I'm going to be on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick doing a 3-hour show, and I'm going to write an answer to your fantasy question on Instagram, that's incredibly sweet of you. Like, that's so sweet. That's so cute. Chadwick Dunkey, I'd go Brian Robinson. Chadwick Dunkey, I'd go Brian Robinson. If you guys contribute to the show, make sure that you ask your question and our moderators will find you. Cam, thanks so much for subscribing. Thanks so much for being with us. Cam, I lean slightly towards Jaylen Warren just because I hate the matchup. I hate the matchup for Jerome Ford. That's kind of why I come out on that side, but I really don't like either one. Freiermuth, Laporta, or Hayden Hurst. Cole, I'm going to lean towards Laporta, just barely. I feel like they're all going to get similar point totals. IP Shade 45, thanks so much. Really appreciate you. B. Steen, 2285. B. Steen. I'm going to go with Nico Collins. B. Steen, I'm going to go Nico Collins. IP Shade 45, do the Dodgers win today? Do the Dodgers win today? Folks, I feel like the Dodgers win, but it's very close. This is one of those games where I'd actually split the difference. I'll put this up on my big board. I'll take Dodgers on the money line, but I'd also take the Giants, but I'd take the Giants at plus 2.5. Giants at plus 2.5 would be the bet. I still think that you could probably get a good play on that. Giants plus 2.5. Oh, definitely. Plus 2.5 for the Giants is minus 185. Love that. Minus 185. So Dodgers on the money line, Giants plus 2.5. We will give out more NFL picks when we hit 50,000 likes. Jimmy, I'd go Bijan. Jimmy, I'd go Bijan just barely. I like Addison and Bijan. Why can't you start both? I don't know if you have too many players who are going to outscore those two. Jimmy, I'd go Robinson over Moss. Jimmy with the wave, I'd go Robinson over Moss. Nate, I'd go with Mooney. Landon Wilson, I'd go Brian Robinson. Landon Wilson, I'd go with Brian Robinson. Loncho, I'd go Zay Flowers. Appreciate all those who are watching the show. If you haven't done so already, hit that follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button. Amber, I'd go Swift. Tommy, I like DJ Moore this week. I think they're going to over-target him. Breece Hall, don't you feel like Belichick is telling his team, just take away Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall and we'll win? I think Breece Hall still has the ability to get maybe to 60, 65 yards, but I don't like Breece Hall nearly as much because he has the tougher matchup. Thanks so much for the question, Tommy. Jack Ventura, I'm going to lean towards Josh Reynolds, believe it or not. Sid KC, I'll lean slightly, I think, towards Nico Collins, but it's close. Eric Raway, I'd go Zay Flowers. Augusta Puente, I would go with DJ Moore. Thanks so much for that swan or that paper crane or whatever the hell that was. Thanks so much. Squealers, I'd go Brandon Cooks. Bucky MC, I'd go Matt Stafford, believe it or not. Raul, I do think Addison gets in the end zone. I wouldn't bet the anytime touchdown, but I really do like him today. If you guys want all of my bets every single day, just DM me on Instagram. I'll share a referral code. You can literally get all of my bets for free every day. They're on the SHARPZ app, which is like the Facebook for sports bettors. You can see all of my picks. You can interact with them. You can follow. You can fade. You can, if you like one of my bets, you can literally hit it, connect your sports book, and it takes you right. So like, you don't have to reconstruct my parlay. You can literally hit the parlay that I made, connect your sports book, and the parlay will show up in your sports book. So if you're like, man, Butt Fumble Sports, I did a parlay today of guys I think are going to get a sack. Defensive players I think are going to get a sack. It's like Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Matthew Judon, and a few others. If you want that parlay, I put it out there on SHARPZ. It's one of those that I actually promoted. So you can see it, click it, tail it, follow it, bet it yourself. Surge, Trevor Lawrence or Stafford? Surge, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Surge, I'd go with Trevor Lawrence over Matthew Stafford. Luke, I'd go with Etienne over Amon-Ra St. Brown. Luke, I'd go Etienne over Amon-Ra St. Brown. User 1846, I'd go with Judy. User 1846, I'd go Judy over Scary Terry. Tony, I don't know who Adam Hurst is. Do you mean Hayden Hurst? I don't know who Adam Hurst is. Ryan, I'd go Mike Evans. Ryan Materi, I'd go Mike Evans. Bucky MC, I'm going Brian Robinson. No problem, you can ask as many questions as you like. Make sure you guys hit me up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram to get all of my bets today. Make sure you DM me on Instagram, everybody. Matt Money, I'd go Gus Edwards. Matt Money, I lean towards Gus Edwards. Thanks so much for the question. Marissa, I'd go Zay Flowers. Marissa, I'd go Zay Flowers. Thanks so much for the question. Need help with starters today? Okay, fire away, ask your question. Mo Man, I'd go James Cook, believe it or not. Mo Man, I'd go James Cook. Mo Buchanan, I'd go Michael Thomas. It's interesting when people ask about the same player in two different scenarios. So in that case, I'm going to go with Michael Thomas over James Cook. Great question, though. Matt Corhan, I just sent you the link. You'll get all of my picks. Thanks so much, Matt. Tannehill throwing a pick today. IP Shade 45 knows what he's talking about. We have not hit 45,000 likes yet. By the way, you can find my DFS lineup on Instagram. I have posted my DFS lineup on Instagram. So if you didn't get the newsletter this morning, if you didn't sign up for the newsletter, which should have gone out to all of you if you signed up, you can find my DFS lineup on our Instagram account. Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. You can get my DFS lineup. I've posted it. By the way, IP Shade 45 was asking about, I'll get to the pin question. Justin Jefferson isn't going over 150 today. That seems a little high. But IP Shade 45 was asking about Ryan Tannehill over half an interception. That is a bet that I like. We're putting it on the board. Ryan Tannehill over half an interception. That is a bet that I like today. That was one that I was taking. Appreciate the question. IP Shade 45, he knows what he's getting at. I do like Ryan Tannehill to go over half an interception. It was one I didn't put in the newsletter. I was actually considering it. So IP Shade 45 on his game. Nick, I go Brian Robinson over Breece Hall. Nick, I go Robinson over Breece Hall. Guys, I'm going to get back to your fantasy questions in 1 second. I'm just going to show you guys the odds for Ryan Tannehill over half an interception. In case you guys are thinking about taking that bet, it is it's plus 100. It's an even money bet. Plus 100, even money bet. There you go. Appreciate all of you guys asking your questions. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Okay, Justin Harrell, I'd go Mark Andrews. Justin Harrell, I'd go Mark Andrews. Ryan, I'd go Amari Cooper. Josh Weasel, I'd go Judy. Jason Gray, I'd go Gibbs. Surge, I'm going to lean towards Hunter Henry. Surge, I'm going to lean slightly towards Hunter Henry. Lewis B, I'd go Amari Cooper. Baby Tron, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Baby Tron, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Thanks so much, IP Shade 45. Nick, I'd go Mike Evans. Nick, I'd go Mike Evans over Collins. Luke T, I'd go Ridley and Allen. Luke T, I'd go Calvin Ridley and Keenan Allen. Thanks so much for helping me out with my live goal. IP Shade 45, thank you so much for supporting the show like you do. Kyle Klein, great to see you. No worries. You know you're one of my favorite viewers, so you're all good. By the way, I do have some favorite viewers. There are people who watch the show and have for months. I am so grateful for you guys being so supportive. I hope that if you're a new viewer, I hope you're a part of this community every day. I love talking sports with you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are smart, loyal sports fans, and I'm so grateful you make me a part of your day when you watch my content. Clark Rush, I'd go with Swift and Addison. Kyle Klein, I don't do first quarter spreads, buddy. I don't do first quarter spreads. I don't make those bets. Kyle, I don't like first quarter spreads. If that's what you're looking for, go somewhere else. I will not give you guys bets that I wouldn't make. I'm never going to tell you guys to spend your money in ways I wouldn't. I don't do first quarter bets. You know why? It is pissing your money away. It is a bad way of betting. It's not a good bet. Unless there's a really good trend behind it, and if you find a good trend, then you should run with it. But if you guys are honestly asking about a first quarter spread, guys, you might want to think about getting some help because it's a dangerous bet. Just saying. Cade Otton a lock for double digits this week. Jules, wow, that's a bold pick. I'm not nearly that bold, Jules. I'm not nearly that bold. Nolan, I don't like Tony Jones that much. It's close. I'm not crazy about Gabe Davis, but I don't like Tony Jones. I'll lean slightly towards Tony Jones, maybe because of overall touches, but Rob, thanks so much for the question. Rob, I'd go McKinnon over Hubbard. Rob, I'd go with McKinnon over Chuba Hubbard. Rob, it's McKinnon for me. Thanks so much for the question. Tony Smith. Hayden Hurst, 3.5 receptions. Let's go look that one up really quick. We are about to hit 50,000 likes, which means I'm going to give out another player prop bet in 1 second. Another player prop bet when we hit 50,000 likes. Hayden Hurst, bad implied probability on the over. The under's the better trend. Is the better implied probability. I know that the over has been a very consistent ticket. 4 straight games. That's why I'm not betting it. I'm not betting Hayden Hurst over or under on receptions. Just not a good bet to make. So I'm going to avoid that one. Kyle Klein. I don't prefer first quarter bets, dude. It's one of those where I think it's way too much risk. Perfect example. You have some of these games. 1 tip pass, an interception for a pick 6, and all of a sudden you're losing that bet, and it has it doesn't say anything about the game. I prefer first half bets over first quarter. First quarter is just random at times. AJ, I'd go Goddard. By the way, Kyle Klein, all love, buddy. All love, Kyle Klein. You know I love you. AJ, I'd go Goddard. Thanks for the question. K now, I'd go Nico. Guys, we have been live for an hour and a half. We will be live for an hour and a half more. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. We're live every single day, so make sure you hit that follow button. Jake, Tank Dell, 35.5 receiving yards. Let's go look at it. Let's take a look at Tank Dell. Looking at receiving yards for Tank Dell. 38.5. I kind of like it. I wouldn't bet it myself, so I'm not going to tell you to, but I kind of like it personally. I could see this hitting, so I'm going to lean towards, I would think it's an interesting play. I'm not going to put my money on it, but it's a very interesting bet. Nate, I'd go with Roshan Johnson. Nate, thanks so much for supporting the show, buddy. Junior, 14-14. I hate both of them. I'd go Connor, but I hate both of them. Isaiah Bolin, I'd go Tank Dell. Isaiah Bolin, I'd go Tank Dell. Raul Algier, I'll go Calvin Ridley, and I'll go DJ Moore. Raul Algier, I'll go Ridley and Moore. Andrew Prince, I'll go Trevor Lawrence. Andrew Prince, Indy Realtor. By the way, being a realtor in Indianapolis, I hope that's a successful business. I love Indiana. I would go in that direction I just said. Dominic, I'm going to go Breece Hall. Dominic, I'm leaning towards Breece Hall, not with a ton of conviction, though. Drew, I'm leaning slightly. Drew, it's close. Drew, are you in a PPR? If you're in a PPR, I'd go Zay Flowers. If you're in a standard league, I'd go Nico Collins. PPR, Zay Flowers. Drew, if it's a PPR, Zay Flowers. If it's standard, Nico Collins. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. We've hit 50,000 likes, so I'll answer Mackenzie first. Mackenzie O'Hara, I'd go Gus Edwards. Mackenzie O'Hara, I'd go Gus Edwards. Now, let me give out another pick that I like. This is going to be my Sharps play of the day. Everybody, my Sharps play of the day. Hope you guys are paying attention. My Sharps play of the day is going to be, ready, set, Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. But I have a double one for you. Our Sharps play of the day. We have a two-parter. Our Sharps play of the day. When we get up to 55,000 likes, I will give you the other half of this. I have a two-part Sharps play of the day. The first part is Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm getting that at minus 166. If you want the other part of the Sharps play of the day, tap that screen on TikTok. Let's get to 55,000 likes like that, and I will give out the second part of this. So tap that screen, everybody. Tap that screen. Let's get to 55,000 likes as fast as possible. I'll give out this other play. I know you guys could tap that screen like crazy, so when we get there, we will give out the second part of this play. I bet we'll get there in like half a minute. You guys are crushing it. Make sure that you tap that screen. We will give out the second part of our Sharps play of the day. We are literally halfway there. If I just keep talking, we'll get there in a minute. Barely Positive, any word on Hopkins? I think he's going to play. Barely Positive, I think he's going to play. We are almost to 55,000 likes because you guys are tapping that screen like a bunch of manimals. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so... We already did it. We've already hit 55,000 likes because you guys are, what's the word? Boss. You guys are awesome. So here's the second part of our Sharps play of the day. Our Sharps play of the day. The first part was Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. The second part, Justin Herbert over 1.5 passing touchdowns. You got it, guys. I love offense in that game. I could see both quarterbacks throwing for at least 2 touchdowns. So our 2 Sharps plays of the day. Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Justin Herbert over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Our 2 favorite bets of the day. Our Sharps plays of the day. If you want all of my bets every single day, just DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I will share the referral code with you guys. Those are my 2 favorite plays of the day. They are featured on Sharps, but I have plenty more that I will not give out that will be exclusively on Sharps. So DM me right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Mel626, I'd go Lockett. Mel626, I'd go Lockett. DM me on Instagram right now to get all of my favorite bets for today. NFL, NBA, everything that you guys need. By the way, DeAndre Hopkins is playing. DeAndre Hopkins is playing, everybody. Those who are curious. Okay, one more. Standard scoring at the flex. Roshan, Gabe Davis, Jahan Dotson. I'll go Johnson, Trevor, because it's a standard scoring. So, Trevor, I'll go Rashawn Johnson. Jeff Wilbur, guess what you're getting? The referral code. That way you can see out all my bets every single day. Thanks so much. Jake, I'd go with Aaron Jones. Jake, I'd go with Aaron Jones. Wait, Jones and Watson are out? Wait a minute. We need that. Let's make sure we're paying attention here. Aaron Jones. Wow, Aaron Jones is out, everybody. Aaron Jones is out. Aaron Jones is out. Everybody, Aaron Jones is not playing. Thanks so much, Jake. Aaron Jones is not playing. Aaron Jones is out. I did not expect that to be the case. Aaron Jones is out, everybody. So everyone with Aaron Jones, make sure you're paying attention. Aaron Jones is out, everybody. We're going to have to update our lineups as well. We're going to have to keep track of that. Aaron Jones is not playing today. Christian Watson is not playing today. Christian Watson is out. Jones out. Watson out. What does that mean? Romeo Doubs doesn't have too much more value. He still has a tough matchup against the Saints. A.J. Dillon has more value, though. You know who's got more value? Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave has more value. Drew, start 2. Drew, I'd go with Gibbs and Mixon. Gibbs and Mixon, everybody. Wow, big news. Aaron Jones is out. Aaron Jones not playing. Very big news. Is Joe Burrow playing? Jason, we're going to have to wait. I don't like what I'm hearing from Jamar Chase, at least. He thinks he's out. Brendan, I would go with A.J. Brown and Devontae Adams. K-Now, I'm going to lean slightly towards Dameon Pierce. I'll lean slightly towards Dameon Pierce. Thanks so much for the question. Wow, that was some big news that just dropped for all of us. Make sure you guys are aware. Big news right there. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you hit that follow button. We're live every single day. Make sure you hit that follow button. Kyle, I think the Saints could go in there and get that cover. I'm with you, Kyle. I think the Saints could cover now. John, I'd go Addison. John watching on Twitch, I'd go Addison. MT Woo 88. I'd go Tua Tagovailoa. MT Woo, Tua Tagovailoa. Jorge, Aaron Jones screwing up my teams as well. John Mignon, I'd go Breece Hall. MT Woo, thanks so much. Curve M, I'd go with Wilson. I'd go with Wilson. Thanks so much for supporting the show. Firing through your fantasy football questions as well as your sports betting questions. Curve M, I'd go Wilson. Is Pua active? I think he will play. Chris, I'd go with Joshua Kelly. Chris Wallowitz, I'd go Joshua Kelly. Jason, I'd go Drake London. Brendan, I'd go Michael Thomas. A.A. Hart, I'd go Christian Kirk. Eric Del Sol, very tough. I might lean towards C.J. Stroud, believe it or not. Katie Olson, I'd go Dameon Pierce. Isaiah Bolin, I'd go Rashad White. Liv Jones, thanks so much for supporting the show. When you guys support the show, our moderators will find you. Liv Jones, tough question. I'll go Pacheco just slightly. Liv Jones, I'll go Pacheco over Pickens. Man, it's a coin flip. I'll go just slightly. I'll go with Pacheco. Liv Jones, thanks so much for your question and supporting the show. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. Yam ZZ, I'll go Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'll go Amon-Ra St. Brown. Make sure you guys hit me up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram for all of my bets every single day. You want all of my picks every single day? I'll share a referral code just like I just did with Healthiest Emotion Equals Gratitude. By the way, love the Instagram name. DM me on Instagram. I'll share a referral code. You can get all of my bets every day. Cole, I'd go with Kendra Miller. I don't like either one, but I'd go with Miller over Herbert, I think, Cole. Appreciate you guys being with us. Ian Thomas, 9959. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. Ian Thomas, I'll go with Garrett Wilson. No issue, Ian. Appreciate you. Liv Jones, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Scuba Goon, I'd go Moss. Hope you guys have hit that follow button. We're live every day. Ramen188, I'd go Addison. Jorge, I'd go Pacheco. I know a bunch of you guys are scrambling now with Aaron Jones being out. I'm going to have to do some fantasy work of my own, so I'll have to slip that in. You guys watching on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, we're going to jump on over to the Rival Fantasy app. That way I can do some of my own work. Make sure Jones is out of my lineup. Very big news with Aaron Jones out. By the way, oh wow, big news again. Big news again. Jair Alexander is out. Jair Alexander is out. We like Chris Olave more. Everybody, Chris Olave is a better play now. By the way, the Saints, if you can get the Saints right now to cover, what are the Saints right now? If we can, I took the Saints earlier in the week. They're a 2.5-point favorite. If you can get them on an alternative line, I would take the Saints on an alternative line. Saints plus 2.5, Saints plus 3.5. Love the plays. Love the plays. Saints plus 3.5 feels like an easy cashing play. Saints plus 3.5. I already had that earlier in the week when they were an underdog. Man, I'm cashing that all the way to the frickin' bank. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. I already told you I was feeling the Saints making that a close game. Let's go, everybody. Lot of injuries, lot of inactives in that game. For the Packers, that is. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you contribute to the show, our moderators will find you. They'll pin your tweet. That way I can answer it right away. Blake Griffin. Yeah, the Packers are really putting out the JV team today. I don't feel good for Jordan Love in this start. Lucci. I'd go with Judy and D-Hop. Lucci, Demio. Sorry, I'd go Judy and D-Hop. Ben Anderson, I'd go Lockett. Ben Anderson, I'd go Addison. Steven Apgar, I'd go Nico Collins. I'd go Nico Collins. Hunter Henry or Ingram. Edgar, I'll lean slightly towards Hunter Henry. A.O. Ed, I'd go Dotson. Jeremy Pentek. I just lost it. We answered that one. Bucko, I'd go DJ Moore. Jorge, it's tough. I might lean slightly towards Higbee. Just Freiermuth disappointed me last week. Pedro, I'd go Tutu. M. Dillo, I'd go Freiermuth. Peter Salazar, I'd go Pittman. Ethan, I'd go Jared Goff. Shady Esco, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Trey J, I'd go Moss. Trey J, I'd go Lockett. Josh Keller, I'd go Jacoby Myers. Benny Boy 617, I'd go Mostert. Bryce Melton, I'd go Nico Collins, I think. Det left, I'd go Godwin. K Joker, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Kyle Paredes, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Gabe Itch, I'll go Algier. Judson, I'll go Miles Sanders. Ramen, I think Josh Jacobs will have an okay game. I'm not going to do odds. Admir, I'm going to go Lamar Jackson. Admir, I'll go Lamar Jackson. The running ability might still be there. Back end B, I'll go Reynolds. Max, I'll go with Garrett Wilson. Z, I'll go with Christian Kirk, but it's close. Saquon 24, I'm going to go with James Cook. User 528, I'll go Nico Collins. Connor, M10, I'd go Mike Williams. Would you trade Bijan for Devontae and Walker? No, I don't think so. AJ, it's probably a fair deal, but I like Bijan too much to give up on him right now, and I'm not as high in Devontae Adams with Jimmy Glass throwing him the ball. Duke of Earl, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson. If you guys want my bets every single day, make sure you hit that follow button. Of course, DM me on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram, everybody. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. DM me right now. Get all of my bets every day. DM me on Instagram. Nico Collins, yes, Eric. Yes, Nico Collins, yep. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. That way you can get all of my bets every single day. At 60,000 likes, we're going to give out another bet. At 60,000 likes. So make sure you're tapping that screen right now. Buttfumble Sports, we are giving out another pick at 60,000 likes. So very, very close. Almost there. At 60,000 likes, we're giving out another pick. Again, if you want all of my bets, just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, just DM me. Okay, the next pick we're giving out, MLB game pick, everybody. MLB game pick, Cubs on the money line. Cubs on the money line. I would also consider Cubs plus Cubs minus 1.5. Cubs minus 1.5 is the other play I'd go with. So, Cubs on the money line, Cubs minus 1.5. Barely positive. Oh, man. I guess I'd go Madison just because he's going to get more opportunities, but I don't like either one of them barely positive. Very tough for me on that one. Sorry, barely positive. Don't have a great feel. You can see all of my picks up on your screen if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Dat Dude, I'd go with Pacheco. Dat Dude, I'd go with Pacheco. Thanks so much for the question. IP Shade 45 and the other moderators, thanks so much. Barely positive, I love you getting back Kamara. Not next week, week 5. I think he's out for this week and next week, if I'm not mistaken. Rudy, I would go with Lamar Jackson just barely. Eric, I'm going to lean towards ETN. I'm going to lean towards ETN just barely. Dolan, I'd go Christian Kirk. BBK Smothers, I'm going to go Kirk Cousins. Appreciate all you guys supporting the show like you do. King Kong. I'd go with Brian Robinson. I'd go Brian Robinson. Eric, I'd go with ETN. Appreciate you guys. Moderators, you're doing a great job. Thanks so much. Dang Pickle Prince, I'd go Chase. Jamar Chase. KR Customs, I'd go DJ Moore. I'd go Moore. Marco, I'd go Addison. Over Christian Kirk. Again, if you guys want all of my bets every single day, just DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. R1 Cardo, hello, hope you're having a great day. Gabe, I'd go DK Metcalf over Breece Hall. Jorge, you want to see the rest of the player props? Here you go. Here are all the player prop bets on the screen. Devin, I'd go A.J. Dillon. Now that we know Aaron Jones is out, I'd go A.J. Dillon for sure. Julian, I'd go Mostert, and I'm going to lean towards Zay Flowers. Mostert and Flowers, I think. Mitchell, I'd go Swift. Mitchell, G7, I'd go Swift. Jordan Cassidy, I'd go Hollywood Brown, though I hate it. TikToker, I'll go Williams. I don't know which Williams because he didn't help me, but TikToker, I'll go Mike Williams, I think. That's who you're talking about. Eric, I'd go Flowers. I'd go Zay Flowers. Thanks so much for the question. Chick 3 and Nug. Wow. When we unpin, it throws off the question I'm asking, which is unfortunate. It moves the entire screen, which sucks. Okay. I am Lewis. I'd go Swift, Kelly, and Puka. I am Lewis. Buckets, I'll go Miller. Dakota, I'll go Flowers. I'll go with Zay Flowers. Thanks so much for the question. Sam, I'll go Najee Harris, actually. Lakin, I'll go Swift. Scuba Goon, I'm going with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm going to lean towards Amon-Ra St. Brown, Scuba Goon. Gavin A, I'm going Christian Kirk. Nick P, Jamal Williams is out. Jamal Williams is not playing, so don't start him. Fishy Fish, I'd go Nico Collins. Jorge, I do like that player prop. I looked at it last night. Jorge, I do like that player prop. Jorge is asking about Tyreek Hill over on receptions. If you saw our newsletter today, it is there. Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions. I'm taking that at minus 135. Act JJ, I'd go Christian Kirk. Brandon Jane. Oh, I lost your question. Brandon Jane. Hold on one second. Where'd it go? Kyle Cass, I'd go Mostert. Where Brandon Jane? Brandon Jane, I'd go Herbert. I'd go Justin Herbert. Thanks so much for the question, Brandon Jane. Appreciate you. Justin Herbert would be the play. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you're a follower. Make sure you hit that follow button. We are live every single day. Make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss a show. We are live every single day. Make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show. We have a pregame show tomorrow for Monday night pregame show for Monday Night Football. But we will be on multiple times today. So make sure you're following us. Hit that follow button. Eric, I'd go DK Metcalf. Eric, I'd go DK Metcalf. Moderators, you're doing a great job. Appreciate you. I know we got a lot of questions coming in from a lot of people. You're doing a great job. Jackson, I'd still go Ridley over Olave. Still Ridley over Olave. Is Austin Eckler out? Yes, Austin Eckler is not playing. Austin Eckler is not playing, everybody. Make sure you're aware. The lost tape. I'd go Najee Harris and I'd go Rachaad White. Najee and White would be the two players, the lost tape. Gabe, I'd go with Jacobs. I'd go Jacobs. Danny, I'd go Lockett. Thanks so much for the question, Danny. Davis, I'd go Ridley. Davis Trudeau, I'd go Ridley. Los, I'd go Deshaun Watson. Henry Turner. Missed you, Henry. Will Najee have a bounce-back game? Yes. Yes, I think his game will be better today. The Raiders aren't that good a defense. If you guys want all of my bets every single day, DM me on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Make sure you DM me. That way you can get all of my bets every single day on the SHARPZ app. Stetzilla, I'd go DJ Moore. Josh, I'm going to lean towards Dameon Pierce, but I'm not crazy about it, Josh. Pierce over White and Pirine. Jack Lizza, I'd go Drake London. Caleb, I'd go Geno Smith. Guys, we have been live for 2 hours. 2 hours of talking football with you guys. We are live every single day, and we have been live for 2 hours. Am I tired? A little. Am I freaking pumped about NFL Sunday? You know it. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. I don't care if it's on Twitch, TikTok, Kick, or YouTube. Follow, subscribe. Make sure you're a part of this community. We're live every single day. There will not be a day we're not live. You'd never want to miss our show, our advice, our picks, our fantasy football lineups. Make sure you follow us. Leon, I'd go Zach Moss. Thanks so much for your question. Really appreciate you. If you guys want our DFS lineup, it is on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. Our DFS lineup is on Instagram, everybody. Make sure you guys go to Instagram. That way you can see our DFS lineup. Los, I'm going with Chris Olave now. Chris Olave over Collins. That has changed with Jair Alexander being hurt. Chris Olave's a better play. Olave over Collins. Jake with Chance. I'm going to go with Dak. Jake with Chance, I'd go with Dak. Mike, I think Puka will play. Caleb, Breece Hall. Caleb Eisenhower, I'd go Breece Hall. Michael, I'd go with Swift. I would go with Swift. DeAndre Swift. User 85, I'd go Christian Kirk. Cameron Bond, I'd go Godwin. Thanks so much for the question. Anthony, I'm going to lean slightly towards Pacheco. I'm leaning towards Pacheco. David Rosenberg. I'd go with Gus Edwards. Lears, I'd go Brian Robinson. Jacob Burton. I'd go Mike Evans and Addison. Sorry, I messed on that one because the pinned tweet threw me off. Damn it. The pinned tweet threw me off. It moves on me. When we pin tweets, it moves. I can't. Gosh darn it. That's what I'll say. Star. I'd go with A.J. Brown. I'd go A.J. Brown and Drake London. Brown and London. Eric, I'd go with... Man, I hate both of them, Eric. I'll go James Conner, I guess. But Eric, I hate both of them. They're both bad. Appreciate you guys being with us. Lizzo, I'd go Breece Hall. Carter, I'd go Chris Olave now. Carter, I'd go Chris Olave over Drake London just barely. Chris Olave is a much better start now, guys. Make sure you're hitting that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Brian, Texas, I'd go Jerry Jeudy. Matthew, I'd go Freiermuth. Matthew, I'd go Freiermuth over Higbee. Thanks for the question. Brady, I sheet. Brady, I sheet at. I'd go Mostert. Brady, I'd go Mostert. John Green, I'd still go Nico Collins. Henry Turner, I'd go Mike Williams. Henry Turner, I'd go Mike Williams. Frank NJ, very tough. I think I'm going to go Ravens, but it's close. You know what? Frank NJ, no, I go Browns defense. Ravens defense is too injured. I'll go Browns defense. Very close, though. Westifer. I'd rather have Burrow and Chase still. I don't like the trade. Jego, Jego, Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison is the play by a mile. Will Whalen. I'd go with Drake London. I'd rather have the Drake London side. Will Whalen, I'd rather have the Drake London side. Eric, I'd go with... No. Eric, those are all dog poop options. Sorry, all dog poop. Quincy, I'd go with DeAndre Swift. Hayden Grubbs, I'd go Zay Flowers. Sam Mancini, I'd go Mostert and Hall. Star, I'd go Sky Moore. Sky Moore and A.J. Dillon. Sky Moore and A.J. Dillon, Star. Sky Moore and A.J. Dillon. Gamble, I'd go Hunter Henry. Trey Smoove, I'd go Addison. In the flex. Caleb, I'd go Garrett Wilson just barely. Appreciate all those being with us every day. Should I trade Jamar for Diggs? Jessica Gray, it's not a bad idea. I'm not crazy about it. Jamar Chase has better days ahead. Diggs, I think we know what we're getting, but if you just want to get a player who's been more consistent or at least has had a more consistent quarterback, I get it, Jessica. Jake with chance, I'd go Mostert. Jaron, I'd go Tony Jones. Tyler Condon, I'd go Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tyler, I would start him. Dot, I'd go Brian Robinson over Kelly. Evan, I'd go Mike Williams over James Conner. Vince Ochoa, I would lean slightly towards Edwards, I think, believe it or not. Tank Dell, Sky Moore. I'm going to lean slightly towards Sky Moore, just barely. I prefer Sky Moore a little bit. CJ Buns. I'd rather have Addison and Evans, believe it or not. Brandon Jones, I'll go Brian Robinson. Grant Jansen, I'll go DJ Moore. Santos, I'd go Jacoby Myers. Matthew, I'd go Laporta. Matthew Quayles, I'd go Laporta. Stivo, I'd go Drake London, but man, it's very close now. Cam, I'd go Hunter Henry. Michael Hayes, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Shelby Weidman, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Thanks so much for the question. Hope you guys are following. If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, make sure you hit that follow button. Become a follower today. Make sure you follow. Cold God, I'd go Flowers and I'd go Jalen Hurts. Thanks so much for the question, Cold God. JV. Oh, damn it. I hate that it jumps. Okay. Nope, don't pin any tweets. Okay, it's fine. It's what I was going to. JV, I'd go Olave. JV, I'd go Ridley. Ridley 1, Olave 2. WXVY, I'm going to lean towards Geno. I lean towards Geno. We can keep pinning tweets. J Lope. Yes, J Lope, I do like Jefferson anytime touchdown. Yes. Ringleader, I'd go DJ Moore. Ringleader, I'd go DJ Moore. Motherfuckins, I would... It moves on me. I hate that it moves. Motherfucking Snipes, I'd go Swift. Motherfucking Snipes, I'd go Swift. Robert Anthony, I'd go Ferguson. Robert Anthony, I'd go Ferguson. J.R. Musquiz, I'd go Michael Thomas. Shady Esco, I'd go Laporta. Duffelbag, I'm still starting Nico Collins. Yep, Duffelbag, I'm still starting Nico Collins. Still starting Nico Collins. Hey, woo. Guys, let's not pin tweets for a minute. No pinning tweets for a minute. Give me a second. Matt, I'd go Pacheco. Manuel, I'd go Chase. Funny Clips, I'd go Sky Moore. I Miller, I'd go Pitts. Hey, whoa, I'd go Andrews. Brad, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson and Mostert. Brad, Ramondre Stevenson and Mostert. That's Ja, I'd go Warren. That's Ja, I'd go Warren. Ricky, I'd go Kirk Cousins. Ricky, I'd go Kirk Cousins. M. Yogs, I'd go Hunter Henry. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button, everybody. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We're live every single day. If you love the content, the conversation, make sure you hit the follow button. That way you never miss our show. We're live every single day. Appreciate you guys. Okay, moderators, I'm going to turn back to you now. If you could, start pinning tweets again, because, guys, I'm going to go look at my fantasy lineups. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, you're going to see me put together my fantasy lineups live. By the way, another sports bet for you, because we're about to hit 65,000 likes, so I'll get to it. Eric, Mostert, and Gibbs. Eric, I'd go Mostert and Gibbs. Okay, another player prop bet that I'm giving out today. This one's going to be for 65,000 likes. So we just need to hit 65,000 likes. Tap that screen, everybody. 65,000 likes, and we will give out another player prop bet. Christopher, I'm still feeling DJ Moore. Christopher, still DJ Moore. Jake with Chance, I'd go Sutton. Jake with Chance, I'd go Sutton. SPL Nation, I'd go Wilson. SPL Nation, I'd go Wilson. Josh D, I'd go Zach Moss. B. Cheney, I'd go Warren. We have hit 65,000. Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce over half a touchdown. Travis Kelce over half a touchdown. I am getting that at minus 175, everybody. Another player prop bet for all of those that are watching the show. Hope you guys are enjoying what you're watching. If you want all of my bets every single day, DM me on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I will answer all of your questions about my bets with one link. Moody, I'd go Drake. I'd go Drake London, I think. Between Moore and London, it's a toss-up. Close on both. Thanks, Moody. Mr. 88, I'd go Addison. Mr. 88, I'd go Addison. User 86, I'd go Amon-Ra St. Brown. User 86, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Turtle, I'd go Godwin. Turtle, I'd go Godwin. Who Dat Dave? Who Dat Dave? I'd go Hunter Henry. Z, I'd go Hopkins. Z, I'd go Hopkins. Arian, Bath? Arian, damn it. Every time we pin a tweet, I lose my spot. And it's not a fault of our moderators at all. It's a fault of TikTok. Like, I don't understand why they can't pin a tweet and keep my comments where they are. So I totally lost that comment. Frick it. Don't take off the pinned tweet. I lost that now too. Don't take off the pinned tweet until I say thank you for the question. Jay, I'd go DJ Moore and Metcalf. Jay, Patrick, I'd go DJ Moore and Metcalf. Moderators, I'll let you guys know when I'm done answering by saying thank you for the question to the person who asked it. Sohan, I'd go Addison. Sohan, I'd go Addison. Joel Garrick, I'd go Olave, Williams, and Addison. Olave, Williams, and Addison. Flowers in the Rain. That's the one I have the biggest question about right now. Appreciate all of you guys joining us every single day. We are live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Hope you guys are enjoying the show no matter where you're watching. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're following Buttfumble Sports. We're live every single day. Chris, I'd go James Cook. Arian, I'd go Lockett. Jordan, I'm going to go Jordan Addison. Jordan F9, I'd go Jordan Addison. Thanks so much for the question, guys. USMC, I'd go Amon-Ra St. Brown. USMC, I would go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Thanks so much for the question. Really appreciate you supporting the show. Judy or Cook, I'd go Jerry Judy. Gabe Davis or Jackson Smith and Jigba. I might lean towards Jackson Smith and Jigba, actually, just barely. I probably wouldn't recommend it. I'll still go Gabe Davis, but is DJ Moore playing? Yeah, Jake, he's playing. I expect DJ Moore to play. I haven't seen anything saying he's out. Let me quickly check. I haven't seen anything saying he's not playing. Blaylock, I'd go Higgins if Burrow plays, but you won't know until tomorrow, so it's tough. Cody Fisher, I'd go Brian Robinson. Cody Fisher, I'd go Brian Robinson. Rich Matthews, I'd go Geno. Rich Matthews, I'd go Geno Smith. Thanks so much for the question. Really appreciate you supporting the show like you do. Question in from you, from Twitch. I'd go Geno over Russell. Geno over Russ. Geno Smith over Russell Wilson. Where's Colby? I'd rather go Drake London. Drake London. Where's Colby? I'd rather go Drake London. And I'd go with Najee. Drake. Where's Colby? I'd go Najee over Ford and Madison. Maki. I'd go with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Najee, and Zay Flowers. That's crazy. I'd go Kyron Williams, I think. Jorge, I do like that player prop bet now. Jorge. Tori, LOL, I'd go Brian Robinson. Tori, LOL, I'd go Brian Robinson. Thanks so much for the question. Moderators, you're doing a great job. If you guys contribute to the show, our moderators will find you in the comment section. They'll pin your tweet. That way you never miss any of our advice. You never miss a thing. So make sure you guys are putting in your questions right now, everybody. Fisher Iverson, I'd go Breece Hall. Fisher Iverson, I'd go Breece Hall. Thanks so much for the question, everybody. I'd go Brian Robinson over Najee Turtle. I think it's close. Manny, I'd go Mike Evans. Manny Martinez, I'd go Mike Evans. Hope you guys are hitting that follow button. Hope you guys are followers. If I've answered your question, I hope you guys are followers of Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day. Hope you guys are following us. If you haven't, hit the follow button. Jake with chance, I'd go DJ Moore. Jake with chance, I'd go DJ Moore. Appreciate you guys being with us every single day. Awesome to have you guys with us. Hall or Addison, Mackenzie O'Hara, I'd go Jordan Addison. Mackenzie O'Hara, I'd go Jordan Addison. Thanks so much for the question. Really appreciate it. It would definitely be Jordan Addison for me. Not close on that one. If you guys have fantasy football questions, sports betting questions, fire away. Rich Matthews, I'd go Kyle Pitts. Rich Matthews, I would go Kyle Pitts. Thanks so much for your question. Thank you for your question. I am trying to fill in my fantasy teams while I answer, so doing some last minute, because I do have Aaron Jones in a couple lineups. I just found one lineup he's in. Got to pull him out. Should I go with Olave over Ridley? No, I still like Calvin Ridley a little bit more, I think. It's close, very close, but I still think I like Calvin Ridley just a little bit more, but it's very, very close. Very, very close. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. We're live every single day. So make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports as we work our way to 60,000 followers on TikTok, everybody. So grateful to have you with us every single mother frickin' day. Anton, I'd go Sanders. Anton, I'd go Sanders. We will do another. How about this? When we get to 75,000 likes, I'm going to do a rapid fire, which means I don't care if you contributed. I don't care if you're a subscriber. When we get to 75,000 likes, I'm going to do a rapid fire through everybody's questions. So hit that like button, tap that screen. Can't believe it. I'm asking who to start. Mike Williams, John 316 cards. I'd go Mike Williams. Thanks so much for the question, buddy. When we hit 75,000 likes, I'm just going to do a rip of your questions. I'm literally just going to focus solely on TikTok, answering all of your questions. At 75,000 likes, we'll do a rip of everybody. Doesn't matter if you contributed or not. Ramondre or Mike Evans, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson. D-Hop or Zach Moss, I'd go Zach Moss. Zach Moss or Tank Dell, I'd go Zach Moss. Appreciate all of you guys being with us every single day. We are live. 75,000 likes. We're almost there. I'd start Romeo Dobbs. Sutton or Dell, I'd start Sutton. Gerardo, I would start Matthew Stafford, believe it or not. Joe Burrow, I'm just worried about... Frankly, I'd start Burrow if he's healthy, but you'll know. You have the option of either quarterback, so that's very helpful. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Guess what we just did? We just hit 75,000 likes. So, going to focus solely on your questions on TikTok. Going to do a rip of them. No pinned tweets anymore, guys. Moderators, no pinned tweets. No pinned tweets for this section. Just going to rip through. You guys ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2. Catch my breath. And we go. Foster Lewis, I would go Jerry Jeudy. Anthony, I'd go Hunter Henry over Laporta. Hassan, I'd go Mike Williams over Tutu. Waltero, I'd go Najee Harris. Dominic, I'd go A.J. Dillon over Kendry Miller. Kale, I'd go Mostert over Sanders. Mateo, I'd go Kirk Cousins over Tua. Kirk Cousins, and Christian Kirk. I'd go with the two Kirks, Kirk Cousins and Christian Kirk, Mateo. Xander, I'm going to lean towards DK Metcalf, Xander, it's DK Metcalf. JRA, I would go with McKinnon. Guy V, I'm going to lean towards Dameon Pierce this week, even though he's been struggling. Zay, I'd go Calvin Ridley over Mike Evans, Joseph, I would go with Addison and Judy. I'd go Addison and Judy over D-Hop. Hunter Bennett, I'd go Mike Williams. Lewis Luna, I'm going to lean slightly towards Higgins, but obviously it's all dependent on Joe Burrow being healthy, so if you want to start Myers, I'm not totally hating on it. Mike Collins, where'd you go? I go Mike Collins, I go Flowers. Pop Lobo, I'd go Warren. Max Hewitt, I'd go Isaiah Pacheco. Dot, I'd go Tank Dell. Russ Brown, I'd go A.J. Dillon. Tristan Rosa, I'd go Mike Williams. Over Nico Collins. I'd go Ferguson over Higbee and Schultz. I'd go Ferguson. Ferguson would start over Higbee and Schultz. Patrick, I'd go Deshaun Watson. I lean slightly towards Deshaun Watson. I think it's close. I'm going with Addison. Even with Olave having a better matchup, I still like Addison more. Braden, I'd go Mike Williams. Ethan, Christian Watson is not playing. Christian Watson is out. So Nico Collins is the pick. User 134, I'd go Pierce. Grady, I'd go I'd go Lockett. I'd go Tyler Lockett. Brawny, I'd start DeAndre Swift. Chris, I'd go with DK Metcalf. I'd go Metcalf over Darnell Mooney. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you guys are followers. Make sure you hit that follow button. We're live every single day. Hit that follow button now. If you haven't already, make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day, so make sure you're a follower on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you hit the follow button. Nico Collins or DJ Moore, I'd go DJ Moore. ETN or Brown, I lean slightly towards Brown. Smalls, I'd go with Miles Sanders. Jorge, I'm going to lean towards Miles Sanders as well for that one. FBGJJ, I'd go Drake London and Jordan Addison. I'd go London and Addison. Jeter Leader JJ. Jeter Leader GG. I'd go Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'd go DK Metcalf. I'd go Mike Evans. That's Metcalf, St. Brown, Evans. Those would be the three. IC Boeing. I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Okay, more rapid fire on TikTok. Iggy, I'd go Hayden Hurst. AJ Foreman, I'd go Christian Kirk just barely. Grayson Hinkle, I'll go Rashad White, but I hate it. Diego, I'll go Lamar Jackson. Mac, I'd go Kirk Cousins, Mac, Kirk Cousins. Nicole, I'd go Lockett. I'd go Lockett over Higbee. User 4493, I go Mike Williams number 1, Mostert number 2. Blake, I'll go Tutu Atwell over Rashad White. User 46, I go Jordan Addison over James Cook. Zach, I'm going to lean slightly towards Rashad White. Edgy, I'd go Hunter Henry. Kellen, we jumped on you. Casey Cabrera, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Lance, we're answering serious questions, Lance. We don't take ourselves seriously, but if you want to joke around, Lance, you can just swipe. You don't have to watch. It's okay. But Lance, I'm not here for bullshit. Why? Because I want to help people out with their fantasy football teams. We only have about a half hour left of our show, so I appreciate you guys having a fun time, asking fun questions, but if you're going to waste time, go do it on someone else's page. Ryan Pruitt, I'd go Freiermuth. Justin, I might go Matt Collins. Anwar, I'd go Christian Kirk. Okay, we just did a rip. We're going to wait. When we get, how about this? Another challenge. When we get to 90,000 likes, I will do another rip. We will do another rapid fire at 90,000 likes. For now, moderators, we're going back to you. Moderators, if someone contributes to the show, make sure you pin their tweet and I'll answer it. Like Matthew Vang, I'd go Christian Kirk. So IP Shade 45, I know you just joined. If you could, please be a moderator again. Please pin the tweets. If somebody contributes to the show, please pin the tweet. That way we can answer it. So we will do a rapid fire session at 90,000 likes. Daniel, I would lean slightly towards Zay Flowers, believe it or not, Daniel. I lean towards Zay Flowers just barely. Mr. Hunter, I'd go Zay Flowers. Thanks so much for the question, Daniel. Appreciate it. If you contribute to the show, we are going to find you, pin your comment, and that way you get all your questions answered. Mason Cameron, I'd go Mike Evans. If you contribute to the show, we are going to prioritize you until we hit 90,000 likes. Justin Anderson, I'd go Jordan Addison. Say that 3 times fast. Blicky, I'd go Jordan Addison. Thanks so much for the question. J-Rom, I'd go Josh Reynolds, believe it or not. Thanks so much for the question. Def Not, I would go Amari Cooper. And Pitts. Thanks so much for the question. At 90,000 likes, we'll do another rapid fire. At 90,000 likes, we'll do another rapid fire session answering all of your questions. So make sure you guys fire away with those questions right now. Here to help you guys out. Tap that screen. Obviously, if you contribute, we will prioritize your questions. Almost to 90,000 likes, though, so it's getting pretty close. Joey Kind, I'd go Pickens. I'm going to lean towards Pickens, believe it or not. Appreciate all of those who are joining us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day answering your fantasy football questions, your sports betting questions. So grateful to have all of you guys with us every single day. Once again, we are live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick every single day. So fire away with those questions. Guys, Star, I'd go Sky Moore. We've hit 90,000 likes. So moderators, take a break. Moderators, I'm going to do another rapid fire session. Where I go through everyone's picks. I don't care if you've contributed or not. I'm going to rip through everyone's questions. Whoever I see, I will rapid fire through all of them. So make sure that you guys are paying attention. Of course, keep hitting that follow button. Make sure you're a follower, and that way you never miss our show. Okay, are we ready for another rapid fire session? Are you sure? You sure? Okay, let's get at it, everybody. Chris Nee 99. Chris Nee 99. Should I start Hunt because Jones is out? I'd rather start Swift. Chris, I'd start Swift by a mile. Swift is by far the better play. So you want to go with Swift. It's not even close. Go with DeAndre Swift. Not close. Mario, I'd go Pittman. Mario, I'd go Pittman over Kelly. User 27. Between Kirk and Olave, it's very, very close. I'll lean towards Olave. I'll lean towards Olave now. Sean, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. Sean, I'd go Brian Robinson Jr. Anwar, I'm going to lean towards Freiermuth. Anwar, I'll go towards Freiermuth. I like Musgrave a lot. His value goes up, but I'll go Freiermuth. DeBears, I'll go Laporta. DeBears, I'll go Laporta. Paul, I'd go Breece Hall. Paul, I'd go Breece Hall and D-Hop. Breece Hall and D-Hop. Bubbaloo, I'd go Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams over Rachaad White. Javonte Williams over Rachaad White. Very, very close, but that's where I come out on that one. So very, very close, folks. But ultimately, that's where I come out. Going to continue with our rapid fire here. So next one, ERX, I'd go Reynolds. VCAS6, I'd go Addison. Gabe Lopez, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Richard, I'd go Gina. Manny 67. I think that the Chiefs win. I think that if you get the Bears at like plus 14.5, they could cover. I love the under in that game. I like the under. One Insane Rich, I'd go Luke Musgrave. One Insane Rich, I'd go Luke Musgrave. Rapid fire through your questions. Fern, I'd go Calvin Ridley. Fern, I'd go Calvin Ridley over Puka. Abe, I'd go... Abe, it's very close. Abe, I'm going to go Cousins over Herbert. It's very close, though. Chris, Faith in Goddard for targets and touches, yes. For receptions, yes. Don't know about the yards. Not as high. Aiden Smith, I'm going to lean towards Gus Edwards. I think it's close, though. Fatty, I'd go Judy over Rashid Shaheed. I'd go Judy over Rashid Shaheed. So, I'd go Judy over Rashid Shaheed. Rapid fire through your questions. Make sure you're following. Rockman 363, I'd go Swift. Rockman 363, I'd go Swift. Cade, I'd go Mingo. Cade Ball, I'd go Mingo. Steve Tic Taco, I'd go Tony, believe it or not. I'd go Kadarius Tony. Jonas, I'd go Amari Cooper. Jackson 92, I'd go Moss. Jackson 92, I'd go Moss. User 1147, I'd go Amari Cooper. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day. So if you haven't done so, make sure you hit the follow button. That way you never miss our show. We're live every single day answering your fantasy questions. So hit the follow button. More rapid fire right now. Red on, I'd go Stevenson. Nate Stetler, I'd go Wilson. Nate Stetler, I'd go Wilson. Lewis, I'd go Jerome Ford. Aiden Rhodes, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Should I play Mostert? Yes. Huskers, I think the Chargers are going to win. Jay Teamer, I'd go Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is one of my favorite players this week. Love him this week. That's definitely where I'm coming out on it. So, if you guys are curious, love Jalen Hurts this week. That's where I come out on that. So make sure if you do have Jalen Hurts, he's a must start for me this week. Probably my favorite quarterback. Mike Thomas, DJ Moore. I'll lean towards DJ Moore, and I'll go with the Patriots. Patriots and DJ Moore. The Bears, I'd go Laporta. Taylor. Amon-Ra St. Brown is playing. Anwar, very close. I'll go Ferguson. Cade Ball, I'd go Charbonnet. Sedis, I'd go Metcalf. GD, Madison is not a good play unless you have no other options. I really don't like him this week. I'm not big on Madison overall, so if there are other options you could go with, I would try to go in that other direction. Dalvin Cook or Kadarius Toney. Tyler, I'd go Tony. Tony over Dalvin Cook. Should I play DeAndre Swift? Russ Glenn, absolutely. DeAndre Swift is a really good play this week. So guys, make sure that you're hitting that follow button. Make sure you subscribe live every day. By the way, if you want all of my sports bets are available. DM us on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, everybody. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We are live every single day, but we're giving out our sports picks right now for today's games. If you want all of my bets right now, on Instagram, DM me. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me right now. You want to get these picks. Twitch gang, what's good? I'd go with Baker Mayfield, believe it or not. Baker Mayfield, and I'd go with Russell Wilson. I hate those options. 0 cents, I'd go Mike Williams. 0 cents on YouTube, I'd go Mike Williams. FBGJJ, I'd go DeAndre Swift. FBGJJ, I'd go DeAndre Swift. William McLean, so appreciate your support, man. Riley Cedarfield, I'd go Mike Thomas. Riley Cedarfield, I'd go Mike Thomas now. It's changed. Jake, if you want those picks, guess what you're getting? You're getting a link to them. If you guys want my bets every single day, make sure you hit me up. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I will not answer your fantasy question on Instagram. Don't even try right now. We are live across all these platforms. If you want to ask your question, there are places you can go. Don't ask it on Instagram, but if you want a link to all of my bets for today, player prop bets, game picks, everything, DM us on Instagram. Less than a half hour left, guys. We have been live for 2.5 hours, only a half hour left of our show. If you have not done so already, make sure you DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make. Every bet that I make is up on the SHARPZ app. DM me right now, and we will make sure that we give you guys a link. That way you can cash in on every bet that I make. Back to rapid fire right now. Eric Garcia, I'd go Joe Mixon. Robert Tui, I'd go Mike Williams over D-Hop. Mike Williams over D-Hop. Owen, I'd go... Man, tough. Owen, I'm going to go Drake London. It's very close. Troy Williamson, I'm going to go Zach Moss. Troy Williamson, I'm going Zach Moss. 727 Sammy, I'm going 727 Sammy, I'm going Tank Dell. John Hamill, I'm going Michael Thomas. John Hamill, I'm going Michael Thomas. Jared Mars, I'm going Jerry Judy. K8, also known as Kate. Kate, I'd go Olave. K8, also known as Kate, I'd go Olave. Nick, I'd go Kelly. Lupe Vega, I'd go Jerry Judy. Bio, I'd go Najee Harris. Thanks so much for the question. Appreciate all those who are watching the show. We are going to go back to just people who are contributing to the show. So subscribers, moderators, we are back. Moderators, please pin those who have contributed to the show. Please pin their questions. We're going to focus on them now. We will go back to, how about this? When we hit 110,000 likes, at 110,000 likes, I'll do another rapid fire session. So at 110,000 likes, we will do a rapid fire. But for now, I'm going to focus on those who contribute to the show, like Daniel. Daniel, I'd go Joe Mixon. Fuentes, I'd go Moss. Lindsey Mullen, I'd go Lockett. I'd go Lockett over Garrett Wilson. Adam, I would go with Amari Cooper. Just barely. Thanks so much, Johnny. Thanks so much. Jensen, happy Sunday. Ready for some football? Is frickin' right. Cannot wait. Appreciate all those who are contributing to the show, like Carter. I'd go with the Patriots defense. We are focusing on those who contribute to the show right now, like Breezy, I'd go with DJ Moore. JR, Pacheco is playing. Guys, we're going to focus on those who are contributing to the show right now. When we hit 110,000 likes, we will go back to a rapid fire for everybody. So 110,000 likes, we'll go rapid fire for everybody. Sully's Breaks, I'd go Lockett and Myers. Thanks so much for supporting the show, everybody. Really appreciate it. Johnny, I'd go Johnny, I'd go D-Hop. Johnny, I'd go D-Hop just barely. If you contribute to the show, we'll find your question. We'll answer it right away. Thanks so much, guys. Our moderators are working hard. Thank you so much to our moderators. You guys have no idea how helpful you guys are making this. Thank you guys so much. You guys are making this so much easier. Appreciate all those who follow and watch. Use official, I go Miles Sanders. We will do a rapid fire for everybody at 110,000 likes. Rapid fire for everybody at 110,000 likes. So if you guys don't want to contribute to the show, just tap the screen as many times as you can, and we will ultimately get to 110,000 likes, and we will answer all of your questions. But for now, Lindsey Mullen, I'd go Rachaad White. I'm not crazy about it. Both have really bad matchups against good run defenses. But Lindsey, I'm going to go just barely with Rachaad White. Thanks so much for the question. Appreciate you supporting the show like you do. Hope you're a follower as well. Niche, I'd go KJ Osborne. Niche, KJ Osborne might be a good play, but I'm going to go Tank Dell. Niche, I'm going to go Tank Dell. A bit of a head fake there. I like KJ Osborne. I like Tank Dell a little bit more. So I'm going to go Tank Dell just barely. Appreciate all those who are watching the show. Once we hit 110,000 likes, I'll go back to rapid fire for everybody. Right now, we're just focused on those who are contributing to the show. If you contribute like Sully Breaks, I'll go Dameon Pierce. Sully Breaks, I'll lean towards Dameon Pierce just slightly. Actually, Dameon, is it a PPR league? That changes it. Adam, I would go with Lockett. I'd go with Lockett. He's the one I'd play, Adam. Appreciate you supporting the show, Adam. Really appreciate it. When we get to 110,000 likes, guys, we will do a rapid fire for everybody. Money gun time. Let's go. Money gun. Way to go. Love seeing that, Money gun. Thanks so much, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely the best. JJ, I'd go Javonte Williams. JJ, I'm going to lean towards Javonte Williams. Don't feel good about it, though. Don't feel good about it. Appreciate all those that are watching the show. Hit that follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button if you haven't done so already. We're live every single day across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Greg Ross, I would go with Pickens. Greg Ross, I'd go Pickens. Money gun, let's go. Money gun time, let's go. Appreciate that. Awesome to see that, Money gun. Love seeing that. That is awesome, everybody. Thanks so much for supporting the show. Grateful to have you guys with us every single day. At 110,000 likes, which we just hit. It. Tyler Wood, I'd go Tank Dell. Guess what time it is, everybody? Time for me to go rapid fire through all of your questions. However, before we start, if you guys want all of my sports bets today, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me. I'll share a link and a referral code. You can get all of my bets right now. All of my bets, player prop bets, game picks, everything. We're running out of time for you to place your bets today, so DM me on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me right now. I'll share a link with you guys, a referral code. Sign up. You can get all of my picks for free. They're not behind a paywall. It's for free. All of my picks. That said, we're going to do rapid fire. Moderators, take a minute off. Moderators, don't want any more pinned tweets right now. We're going to do rapid fire for everybody, okay? Moderators, take a break. Moderators, don't pin any tweets for a couple minutes, okay? Ready, set, here we go. Rapid fire. Thanks for hitting us up to 110,000 likes. Fear Killer 77, I'll go Najee. Dubmans, I'll go Jerick McKinnon. Knock Code 931, I'll go Brian Robinson. Trey Brown, I'll go Flowers. Guys, I go very fast, so make sure you're paying attention. You need to call me Dad. I'd go Zach Moss. FBG JJ, I'd go DJ Moore. Dreon, I'd go Sutton. Ski Terp, I'd go Swift. Will Fish, I'd go DJ Moore. Ian, I'd go Gus Edwards. Hope you guys watching on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick are following and subscribing. Dom G for life. Dom G for life. I'd go Swift. Saul, I'd go Mark Andrews. Saul Medina, I'd go Mark Andrews. B Money, I'd go Olave now. B Money, I'd go Olave now. Period, I'd go Pacheco. Duffel Bag, I'd go Addison. Duffel Bag, I'd go Addison. Chase, I'd go Najee. Chase, I'd go Najee. Oscar, I'd go Moss. Oscar, I'd go Moss. Kareem, I'd go Christian Kirk. Thanks so much for the flowers, guys. Thanks so much for the live goal. Darian, I'd go Najee. Trace Less, I'd go Pacheco. Trace Less 1X, I'd go Pacheco. Thanks so much for hitting me up with that live goal, guys. You guys are the absolute best for supporting the show the way that you do. We're rapid fire right now. Zach Rhodes, I'd go Zach Moss. TT687, I'd go Mostert. TT687, I'd go Mostert. If you guys want my bets, DM me on Instagram. You're running out of time to get my bets. DM me on Instagram. Delete Cache, I'd go George Pickens. George Pickens. Eric, I'd go Michael Thomas. Eric, I'd go Michael Thomas. Nathan, I'd go Brian Robinson. Nathan, I'd go Brian Robinson. Charlie, that hurt. Charlie, that hurt. I'd go Amari Cooper. Charlie, that hurt. I'd go Amari Cooper. Trey Less 1X, I'd go Nico Collins. Trey Less 1X, I'd go Nico Collins. Kyle, I'd go Reynolds. Kyle, I'd go Reynolds. Gage Tillery. Gage Tillery. If Burrow starts, I'd play him. If he doesn't start, you have Stafford in the same game, so you're good either way. Mason Bull. Mason Bull, I'd go Addison. Eric, I'd go Michael Thomas. Nathan, I'd go Mostert. Troy Jones, I'd go Elijah Moore. P. Spencer, I'd go Kelly. Braden Cooksey, I'd go Pickens. Braden Cooksey, I'd go London. Braden Cooksey, I'd go London. J. Mack, I'd go DJ Moore. Jake Turney, I'd go Moss. J.S., I'd go Addison. Carr, I'd go Mark Andrews. JUJ1 Ungle. So Jew Jungle, is that it? Pick two. I'd go with Brian Robinson and James Cook. I'd go Brian Robinson and James Cook would be the two I'd go with. If you guys want my bets every single day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Don't ask fantasy advice there, but if you want my sports bets, NFL, MLB, parlays, player props, everything, DM me on Instagram for all of my sports bets. DM me on Instagram for all of my sports bets. I'll send you guys a referral code. Running out of time to place those bets, though, so you better do it quick. Nawaf, I go Addison over Nico. Jordan Addison over Nico. User 9843, I'd go Gibbs. User 9843, I'd go Jahmyr Gibbs over Kelly. Troy Jones, I'd go Elijah Moore, believe it or not. Nick, I'd go Pacheco. I'd go Pacheco. Huicho, I'd go Kyle Pitts over Laporta. Mark, I'd go Romeo Dobbs. I'd go Dobbs over Thielen. Nick, I'd go Pacheco. Smitty, I'd go Pitts over Hunter. Vitor, I'd go Algier. I'd go Algier. Lanash Kim, I'd go Miles Sanders. Ludwig, I'd go Mostert. If you guys want fantasy football advice, sports betting advice, or DFS lineup advice every single day, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. We're live every single day. Hi, Hoppa. I'd still go with Gibbs. I like Gibbs and Mostert, so I like both of them. You can't go wrong. Hi, Hoppa. Leroy, I'd go with Pacheco. I'd go Pacheco. Appreciate your questions. If you want my fantasy football plays, make sure you hit that question. Thanks so much for the hat. Really appreciate it. P. Sua, I'd go Algier. Alex Ambrose, I'd go Reynolds personally. Cody Carnes, I'd go DJ Moore. Jalen, I'd go DeAndre Swift. We are closing in. We have been live for 2 hours and 45 minutes, everybody. We have been live for 2 hours and 45 minutes. Hope you guys are following. Hope you're subscribing. We're live every single day. All of my picks, there are picks that we put up on our screen, but if you want all of my bets every day, DM me on Instagram right now. You want to be able to get those bets in? DM me right now, okay, everybody? Final few minutes of the show. Final few minutes of the show. Corbin Swaim. I'd go Jordan Addison. Corbin Swaim. I'd go Jordan Addison. Appreciate all of those who are with us. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a part of this amazing community. So hit that follow button right now, everybody. Make sure you hit that follow button. Getting close to game time. You don't want to miss our picks. DM me. Brent, I'd go Zay Flowers. Brent's cheating. We're not doing pin tweets right now. Dre, I'd go AJ Brown. Martfo, I'd go Jordan Addison. Okay, moderators, I'll let you handle it. Squealers, let's go. Anthony, I'd go Ravens defense. Guys, moderators, I'm going to let you pin the tweets. So if you guys have been contributing to the show, our moderators will find you. Anthony, I'd go Ravens defense. Thanks so much for the question. Eric, I'd go DeAndre Hopkins. If you guys contribute to the show, we're going to prioritize you guys now. If you've contributed to the show, we will prioritize you. I'm going to go with Ford. I think I'd go Ford over Connor. It's close, though. I hate both matchups. If you contribute to the show, thanks for the question. If you contribute to the show, we will pin your tweet, answer your question. Eric, I'd go DeAndre Hopkins. By the way, we got you now. Brent, you gave me a good indication that it was time. Guys, if you ask me fantasy football questions on Instagram, there is a 0% chance I'm going to answer right now. 0. In fact, it'll make me like you less. So, if you guys want my picks, if you want all of my sports bets, DM me on Instagram. If you want fantasy advice, if you're not getting it on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, don't go asking me on Instagram. That is not a good idea. Ravi, I go Hayden Hurst. Thanks for the question. Thanks so much for the question, Ravi. 2007 J-Baw. I would go with Michael Thomas. 2007 J-Baw. I'd go Michael Thomas. Thanks so much for following. Leroy, I'd go Lockett. If you guys want my sports bets, make sure you DM me right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. You're running out of time, everybody. Make sure that you DM me on Instagram right now. Thanks so much for the hat, Richard. Is DK a safe play? I think so. I know he's got some injuries, but let's see really quick. DK Metcalf. He has returned. DK Metcalf will play today. DK Metcalf will play. He is expected to play. Yep, you're good. Thanks for the question. Answering the questions of those who contribute. Make sure you hit that follow button, by the way. Richard, help. What's the question, Richard? We're here to help. What's your question, Richard? Oh, I go Reed. Richard. Greenow. I go Reed, Richard. I go Reed. People want these picks. People want my sports bets. DM me on Instagram, everybody. DM me on Instagram if you want my sports bets. Junior, I would go with Goff. Thanks so much for the question, Junior. Thanks for supporting the show. Rich Matthews, I would go with Robinson and Gibbs. I'd go Robinson and Gibbs. Just barely over Henry, I think. Close, though. J-Teamer, I'd go Jaden Reed. If you contribute to the show, we'll find your question. We'll get it. Vance Sheffield, I'd go Joshua Kelly. Hunter, I'd go Hunter Henry, I'd go Hunter Henry. Thanks so much for the question. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Final few minutes of the show. If you want my picks, Josh Keller, you're getting them. Go find me on the SHARPZ app. All of my bets are there. Player prop bets, game picks, everything's there. Make sure you go check us out on the SHARPZ app. DM us right now to get a link. MTWO. I'd go Nico Collins. No, MTWO. I'd go Nico Collins. Ernie Jr. I'd go Kelly and Scary Terry. I think it's close, though. I don't really like it. Between Kelly and Ford, I'll go Kelly because the PPR opportunities. Free, F-R-E-I, I'd go DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, guys. Final few minutes of the show. J-Teamer, I'd go Jaden Reed. J-Teamer, I'd go Jaden Reed, believe it or not. Logan, Amon-Ra St. Brown will be limited, but I still think he's a good start for most of you. Final few minutes of the show. If you haven't done so, hit the follow button. We're going to be live later today. We're live every single day. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Is Tony playing today? Yes, he is, Jacob. Yes, he is. Kadarius Toney is playing today. Make sure you guys hit that follow button no matter where you're watching, no matter the platform. Make sure you hit that follow button. We are live every single day. Make sure you hit the follow button. We're live every single day. So we will be live later this afternoon. We will also be live for our pregame show tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Make sure you hit that follow button. Liv Jones, Kirk. Liv Jones, I'd go with Christian Kirk. Liv Jones, I'd go Christian Kirk. Thanks for supporting the show, Liv. We're live every day. We'll have a pregame show for Monday Night Football. We'll be live actually later today, probably after the 1 o'clock games and then after the 4 o'clock games. So make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you follow us. Any changes in starts because of weather? No, Jules. The only thing that maybe has changed, I'm not as high on Zay Flowers as maybe I was earlier in the week, but for most of the comparisons, I still like him over some. So, Jordan, I'd go with Reynolds. Jordan, I'd go with Reynolds, believe it or not. Thanks so much for the question. Final minute of the show. Final minute of the show, everybody. It's almost game time. Final minute of the show. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you follow us. Butt Fumble Sports every day. Hit that follow button. What's up? I'd go Nico Collins. A. Whalen, I'd go Nico Collins. No Dak Prime. No Dak Prime. I'll lean slightly towards the Jets defense over the Saints. It's very close. I like both of them. I'll probably go with the Jets, though. Gabe, I'd go Addison. Gabe, I'd go Addison. Gable, go dummy. I'd go Addison. Mark Raymond, I'd go DeAndre Swift. Mark Raymond, I'd go DeAndre Swift. User 4195. User 4195. I'm going to go Calvin Ridley, Flowers, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Calvin Ridley, and Zay Flowers. All three. Those would be my three. Final minute of the show. Final minute of the show. Colin, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Johns, I'd go Deshaun Watson. Tay-Tay, I'd go Algier. Alex, I'd go Christian Kirk. Jackson, I'd go DJ Moore. It's close. I like all three. Jules, because no Aaron Jones. Zay Reed is more valuable, but I'd rather have Zay Flowers. Jules, I'd rather go Flowers. I'd rather go Flowers. It's Ola. I'd go Najee Harris. Goop, I'd go DJ Moore. IP Shade 45, thanks so much for helping us out with our live goal. Let's get one more completed live goal. How about that? Let's complete one more live goal, everybody. We just did it. Final minute of the show. Guys, good luck on all of your bets. If you want to see my bets every day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram right now. Final 30 seconds of the show. Final 30 seconds of the show, everybody. Hope everybody has enjoyed the show. Hope you guys are loving the content. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the follow button. Never miss a show. Jerry, Aiden, I'd go Philly defense, I think. Ed, no more pinned tweets. No more pinned tweets, please. No more pinned tweets. Jaden Reed over Dotson. Patriots defense over Ravens. Zay Flowers over Pittman. Freiermuth over Taysom Hill. Christian Kirk over Garrett Wilson. Christian Kirk over Garrett Wilson. Jets defense over Ravens defense. Trevor Lawrence over Tua. Christian Kirk over Jacoby Myers. A.J. Brown over Keenan Allen and Puka. It's close, though. A.J. Brown, number one. No more pinned tweets, please. No more pinned tweets, moderators. No more pinned tweets. Jake, I'd go Moss. Jake, I'd go Moss. Michael Thomas over Pittman. Jordan Addison over Atwell and Edwards. Jordan Addison, Ollie. Gus Edwards over Tutu. Kirk Cousins over Josh Allen. DK Metcalf over Pittman. Brian Robinson over Rashad White. Everybody, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're a follower. Braden, I'd go Sky Moore. Brandon, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Brandon I'd go Garrett Wilson. Braden Hyman, I'd go Sky Moore. Final 20 seconds. Final 10 seconds. BK, I'd go Najee. BK, I'd go Najee. This is it, guys. Final seconds. If you haven't done so already, hit the follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button. Braden, you're going to be our last one, Braden. Last one. Geno Smith. That's it. I'm done, folks. I'm out. That's it. If you guys want all of my sports bets, DM me on Instagram right now. DM me on Instagram right now. Thank you guys so much. We've been live for 3 hours. We have been live for 3 hours this morning. We are live every Sunday for a 3-hour pregame show every Sunday. If you love the content, if you love the conversation, if you love the advice, make sure you hit that follow button. I am a beast. I love talking sports every day. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you're following us. If you want my bets, DM me on Instagram. If you want my bets, DM me on Instagram right now. DM me on Instagram. If you want my sports bets, not just for the 1 p.m. window, every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. Carter, I go Joshua Kelly. Last one, Carter. That was it. Last one. If you want my bets, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Guys, don't DM me on Instagram for fantasy football advice. You will not get it. Not get it. That said, everybody, SPL Nation, give me your question right now. SPL Nation, you got 1 second. You got 1 second. Carter, I said Kelly. And SPL Nation, you got 1 second to ask your question. If I don't see it, SPL Nation, I'm looking for it right now. Tweet it, write it in the comment section right now. SPL Nation, we're literally waiting for you right now. SPL Nation, we are looking for you. You're dropping the ball, SPL Nation. I haven't seen it. IP Shade 45 hasn't seen it. Squealers. SPL Nation, Damian Pierce. SPL Nation, Damian Pierce. Okay, that's it. Make sure you guys follow us. Make sure you're following Butt Fumble Sports. I'm live every day. I'll be live multiple times today. Make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports because we're live every day. Guys, I am so grateful for the support you guys show us. You have no idea. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. Oh my God, you guys are the best. We hit 115,000 likes almost. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Duke of Earl, I go Lamar Jackson. Duke of Earl, Lamar Jackson. That's it, everybody. If you haven't done so already, DM me to get my sports bets. DM me right now to get my sports bets. Other than that, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. Cash a ton of tickets today, everybody. Go cash some tickets. Go make some money. I hope you win your fantasy lineup. I am rooting for you. It is so great to talk to you every single day. Hope you guys follow. If you haven't already, hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. We're live every single day answering all of your questions. So if you haven't done so, hit the follow button. Become a subscriber. We're live every single day. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're a part of this amazing Butt Fumble Sports community that is live every single day. There is not one day of 2023 when we won't be live. So make sure you follow us. That way you never miss our show. You never miss our advice. You never miss our content. Every single day we're live, folks. Want to give a big shout out to SHARPZ. If you want all of my sports bets, if you want to follow all of my picks, all of my plays, make sure you DM us on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, but everybody, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. That is our show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you later this afternoon. So make sure you guys follow. I'll see you later this afternoon. And by the way, thank you everybody for making this one of our best shows, one of our best days ever here at Butt Fumble Sports. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Go enjoy some football, everybody. It's one of the greatest things we've got in our world. Go enjoy some football.